And welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery. And we've got Courtney here. There we go. And how about check out all these fancy new round avatar circle doohickeys. Pretty
I
amazing, huh?
love I
Thank you,
love them.
StreamYards.
We look like vinyl records, I think.
Yes, StreamYard gave us the update. So hail to Courtney. Thank you for being here tonight.
Hello, everybody.
I'm sure we'll have some other friends popping in as the night goes on. So let's well, first of all, we got to Dadman. Hopefully, he'll be here tonight to talk sports ball and all that stuff. But I've got to get an intro
Yeah.
for Courtney too, because I've only got I've got Dadman's open. I got Steve Mitchum and let's see here. But where's
70s always uses me singing Joan Jett. It's never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
Right. Well, here's Courtney that Hungry Boy did. Yep. So Courtney is Joan Jett.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So let's say hi to everyone in the chat because we don't want to ignore our awesome buddies in the chat here. So hail to StreamYard's bot. Hail to Sentai Ranger Donnie. And he says, happy Star Trek Day. Yeah, well, we should. Yeah, we'll definitely talk some Star Trek tonight, I think. Hope everyone's well despite the passing
of Deep Star Space Trek Nine. Day?
It is, yeah. Vic Fontaine himself, James Darren, yep. So unfortunately, he passed away. Yep. And I've got to do a video thanking Armin Shimmerman. I got a very cool picture from him. I've just been so busy with everything. Famous last words, excuses, but I got to don't want to do a video thank you to him. I finally got the signed picture from him, so which was super nice. And hail to the great JT Kirk. Hail to the captain. Yep. And hail to Tim, who's saluting Clobbering Times there. Thank you. Yeah, let's all right, we got let's play. We never always remember our great buddy Clobbering Times. So let's play something from Mike, because I know he would have been watching the sports ball today. But here, let's play this.
Hey, JT Kirk, thank you
JT,
for that, buddy. I think your chat should be hauled away as garbage.
Yeah, great line.
Maybe we should do the whole scene. Laddie, don't you think you should rephrase that? You're right. I should. I didn't mean to say that the Enterprise should be hauling garbage. I meant to say that it should be hauled away as garbage.
Damn, that's tough to hear, but God bless Mike Clobbering.
You know what? It makes me smile. It made me smile because it reminds me of how funny he could be, and like,
oh God, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I try to think of the positive. Yeah. I know, but I try to think like.
No, that's a good way to look at it too, but it's tough not to get verklempt.
Miss him.
As I know. Say. Yeah, no, but no, it's good and bad, but yeah, just it's like when you hear him and it's just like he's there in my ear again, just like he was for all those times. So really tough. Yep. But I thought we'd play that, and thank you everyone. And Tim said, "Oh, at least I got the time right," and I did. So yeah, I did post that right. Not all the chat is coming through on StreamYard. Damn you, StreamYard! I know I'm missing some of the chat, and let's say hi.
I was just thinking that it wasn't making sense. I'm gonna put my computer on for a few minutes, and I'm gonna have to run out for a little bit. But if no one's here, I can stay on my headphones. So
thank you.
I'll be silent just for a minute or two.
That's all good. Yep. But hail to the great D. Bud Martin, Clobbering Times with iHeart. Yep. Yeah, because I'm seeing what I do when I have my setup. I put the YouTube chat on the left, so you can put all these fun, members icons in. I get the Goran in here. It's got Raquel in here, so you can do that kind of stuff. But and of course, let's put Clobby in. But I'm not seeing the same chats on the right here to highlight, which is really, really weird. But so let's keep going down the chats here. I want to acknowledge everyone. The Giants played really badly today. Now, I was actually hanging out with Steph Curry today. Well, maybe I wasn't hanging out with him. I was in the same stadium he was. We went to up in New York to the Barclays Center, and we my son works for the Liberty and the Nets. So we got to go took Grammy to the game today. She's a big women's basketball fan, and got to watch the Liberty. They almost lost too. It was a close game. So Steph Curry was there, and a lot of other famous people. It was a big game. And hail to Admiral Teague. Well, let's play something Star Trek for the Admiral, right? Let's see. How about this? Let's see. Well, this is a fun one.
You're a dumbass.
Double dumbass on you.
Hello, computer.
That's a hail to the Admiral. Yeah, so it was a good game. Yeah, and then the women's hoops. I don't apologize for the sports pun, but you're gonna get some of that today. There's a lot of football in today, and sports is in the news. But yeah, it's good to see the women's game get some attention with Caitlin Clark, obviously, and Angel Reese, competition for Rookie of the Year. And unfortunately, Angel Reese is out for the year. Yes, I do know a little bit about women's basketball, but Grammy, who we took to the game, was a massive UConn Huskies fan, especially the ladies team. So. Knew some of those players inside and out, and followed them. So yeah, it's great to see them getting some recognition. And hail to JPR PH1, howdy. And Daniel Barry Sports Highlights is here, so he wouldn't mind me talking about the sports ball a little bit. But yeah, it was a fun game.
I don't mind either. My Eagles won sloppily their game, but I know that's not basketball.
The Eagles with Saquon Barkley now. Oof. To the Eagles, can't do that. But the Liberty were down by 20 points. I said to my brother-in-law, I'm like, it'd be nice if we had a little bit closer game. And then the other team took the lead with like 3 minutes left. So it ended up being a pretty exciting game. And the level of basketball was really good. When they had Jordan Childs was there, one of the Olympic gold medals from the gymnastics team. So it was a really almost a sold out stadium, big crowd, and yeah, it's a fun afternoon. The tickets aren't obnoxiously expensive too, so you don't have to bankrupt yourself going to the game. So that's that makes it a little bit easier. So and Admiral Teague says remember, yes, that's for sure. Yep. Yeah, we'll do a little I think we'll do a little bit of Star Trek. Yep. And then Donnie says, yeah, this has marked the 58 years since the original Trek series launched on NBC in the States. Wow, 58 years ago. Unbelievable. Yep. And 51 years since the animated series, which I loved as a kid. God, I love that animated series. We lost Courtney. Hopefully she'll be back. She said she had to do some things for a few minutes. She'll be right back. But yeah, it was that animated series. I mean, it was. I mean, yes, it was. Roddenberry said in Fontana, as Raquel and Clobby talked about, it wasn't made for kids, but it was kid friendly. You could watch that as an adult, which I do now, and enjoy it on a different level. But it was smart. It was a damn smart cartoon. So it was almost like a fourth season. I think they do consider the Infinite Vulcan canon. I think that's I think one of the episodes, but I just love them. Of course, there's some silliness in some of them, but they're pretty darn good. Hey, Brogu is here from down Baton Rouge, Louisiana area. So hail to the great Brogu. And Dave C is here. Hail to Dave C. Yep. Oh, and the pig came out awesome. The pig was not happy, but I did show. Didn't I show pictures last week? I could show a few pictures this week. We could, do a pig cap as oh, actually, no, I think I had done the what did I do? Oh, yeah, last week we Sunday night I hadn't cooked the pig yet. I had the pig prep. Yeah, so we'll have a lot of food to eat tonight. Yep. So yep, and let me get I got to sort those pictures out. Yep. But let me catch up to the chat here. And JT Kirk says, "Go Lions!" What did the Lions do? Are they playing tomorrow, or are they playing against the Jets? Or I'm not. I wasn't paying attention to the schedule today. But let me check my fantasy football team, because that's the most important thing, right? To check your fantasy football team. But everyone's going crazy with the football and everything. Oh, Lions are hosting the Rams right now. Okay, thank you. Actually, I should put that on my tablet in the background there. But let's see. Oh, I'm projected to lose. I'm fantasy. I'm up by now by 14 points, but I'm projected to lose. But it's the way the cookie crumbles in fantasy. It's the worst thing to talk about too. Is like, do you want to talk about my fantasy football team? And it's like talking about random scores or people. It's like, no, I really don't. I really don't care. Look how great my team is. So it's funny. It's just fun stuff. It's more of a social thing with friends. I think it's 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 good stuff. Yep. So JT says go Lions. Yep. Yeah, he must be really excited about that game right now. Yep. Oh, and what's Donnie watching? The Sunday night. Oh, there we go. Sunday Night Football. Yep. Live from Ford Field in Detroit. Yep. Hello, computer. Yep. Yeah, nothing wrong with women's basketball. But the issue I generally have, they shouldn't play in half-empty arenas. Well, you know what they usually do? They cover up the top half, and they do that a lot of times if a venue, not just for sports, but concerts, cover up the top part. But they had about 15,000 people in Brooklyn. I think the stadium is 17,000, 18,000 at max, maybe max. So really rocking crowd today. Actually, I should have brought my earplugs because I always worry about my hearing. And it's great to play, live, and you don't get that experience at home. I mean, it is a lot of fun to go to these games. We went to a really good Italian restaurant for lunch and I did have a lot of seafood, so that was good. Yep. Oh, and Max was a photojournalist covering WNBA games, NBA games in Chicago. Very cool. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun at the game today, I have to say. So and it's I think the league is on its way up finally. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, sports just in general, the NFL is taking over from baseball as the national pastime. Yep. And let's see, maybe the anniversary of the first track showing Mantrap 9/8/66. I was not yet around. However, I was around for the next week's 9/15/66. Hey, I heard good things. LOL. Yeah. Well, Mantrap, I don't have some problems with that episode. I don't think that's the best episode, but yeah. So come on, Finn. What are you thinking? Should have you been born a week earlier, right? So you could have watched. Yeah, let me pull up my list of Trek episodes. That's something I never finished. Was I had that Star Trek spreadsheet that we were doing. We had all the reviews and all the dates, and I was going through and categorizing every show and putting all the reviews because that's what engineers love to do, the categorize everything. And I have Clouby's list of course of that was one of the last shows he did, rating all his episodes. So let's see, what did he rate the Salt Vampire episode? Yep. Let's see, the Man Trap. I don't think he rated it that high. Let me check here. And we all watched that show, but he rated it a 5 rating, episode 54 out of the 79. So not great, but not terrible either, right? As you say, some of these episodes, you scale them together because there's some that are just so damn good. But let's see, what was the first episode? Of course, of course, I don't know if you guys saw R&B's post about they posted the pilot. The first pilot is the first episode of Star Trek, which the cage is ridiculous. So I consider that episode 0. Then of course you had Where No Man Has Gone Before, the Corbinite Maneuver. But I think air date, let's see, number and season, let's sort by that. So you had Man Trapped in a Mock Time was number oh no, not, of course, not a Mock Time. Oh, it's sorted by season. Sorry, yeah, not a Mock Time. So that would be Charlie X. Yeah, Charlie X, which is a great, that's one I should know this anyway. Yeah, but off the top of my head, but Charlie X was a great. So that February 9th, 1967. Yep, it was Charlie X, and then we had episode 3, Where No Man Has Gone Before, the second pilot. So and unfortunately, Tim, Wednesday is the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. Yeah, 1 year I think we were on for 9/11 or the night before, depending on how the day fell. And I found, our local area, of course, I say it affected us more, but it was just maybe hit a little bit more to home if you were closer to one of those tragic sites. So, and of course, unfortunately, there were people in my class that lost their lives. I didn't know them personally, but they were, about an hour from New York City. A lot of people, unfortunately, had friends and family in my town that were lost. Or one of my friends was supposed to be in the top of the towers that day, and was late. You hear that story. It was late, and got there around 9:30, and thank God, he was spared. But his he worked at Cantor Fitzgerald, and most of the people there obviously we know tragically passed. So yeah, it's a tough time, especially around this area. But yeah, it's hard to believe that's 23 years ago. And I found a broadcast from WABC. Was it 7 or maybe it was 710? Was it 770 or one of the local sports New York stations? I remember listening to it. And I actually found the spot. It was just bone chilling. There was an intern at the Trade Center watching as the plane came in. The second plane came in, and you could just hear him shriek and scream, as it came in live on the radio. It was just horrific. But they actually had that broadcast saved, and I played part of it on the anniversary. And if I can find the link to it, I will. But it just puts you back in that, right man on the street, like radio and on the street reporting. That's the put you right there back in that mindset. So very tragic to listen to, but also glad that they have that saved in terms of history. You all heard the famous Pearl Harbor radio broadcast, and they actually stopped broadcasting. They censored it, for safety, or because of the war, ongoing war, and for not to give away too much information. But yeah, it's radio, just like this is radio in a way, right? So it's just a very interesting way to broadcast. Here on YouTube, you've got the interaction, but radio, you get to know, you feel like you know the people too. So it's a very personable story. Yep. And what is JT? Lions are on the poopy St. Louis Rams. Yep. So right now, the Rams are. Oh, the Lions are up by 7 right now, so you should be happy. Yep. And Teague says, I saw the Jets game last night, the real Jets game, not the simulation. The rest of you will see if they won. And then Brogu would say, I loved it when Clyde would welcome me to his stream and say, Brogu from my old hometown. I miss him. Yep, we all do, buddy. Yep. I got to clip some of those things. I've clipped a few things. I can go down and download a few of the old episodes as I go through them, and just find some of those and have a clobby soundboard, because he just made everyone feel so welcoming and so happy to get mentioned. I remember first being on the show, like, wow, they mentioned some of my tweets or comments. So yeah, he was the best at that, and I hope I'm a 10th as good as he is. Yeah. So and Fante's complaining about Jason Dominguez still in the minors. Yeah, front office is stupid. Yeah, we'll see how this rest of this season goes. But I always like taking a chance on the rookies, especially at the end of this end of the season, right? Just when they expand the rosters too, they should. I don't know if they already did expand the rosters, but they should bring them up and give them a shot. Yep. And big play by the Crams. Yep. So, but yeah, he'd be talking about the Saints. We did both give up football for a while, which is interesting. We had a lot of similarities in terms of what we liked and disliked, and we both didn't like Star Trek Discovery. But I stopped watching the Giants for a couple of years too, with all the political stuff, which just teed me off, and it was actually not as difficult when the Giants were so bad. So I'm just like, I'm not watching football this year. And then gradually they went away from the political BS, and they got back to playing sports ball. And I think you just want your athletes to be politically neutral. It's one thing to say, hey, go out and vote or get involved or be involved in your community, but when they take sides, you just don't want it. I think the NFL did turn off a lot of fans, or a lot of media and companies did. And I think they've found, the famous alleged quote by Michael Jordan when they wanted him to, do an ad, supporting a Democrat. And he said Republicans buy sneakers too. So, which takes into account, if you're an athlete and, you don't want to anger either side, right? You just want to sell sneakers, right? It's not his job to be a politician. So yeah. So I think, we'd come back to that. So it's it's nice to at least they're a lot better. Yep. Yeah, it's much more affordable. Yeah, the prices are going to go. It's going to go up. But when you have there's only 12 teams, and you have, a big town like Brooklyn, which I think would be the number 5 city in the country if it was separated out from New York City, or it'd be definitely be in the top 10. I can't remember what the exact stat was, but it's you get 15, 20,000 people, and I think the women's game has been elevated by college, so it's drawing in more and more people, which is great. So yeah, and it is definitely more affordable. Yep. And Dad Man is tied up with things. Well, I hope you're not tied up literally, Dad Man, just figuratively. But hopefully Dad Man will be here soon. And hey, Dad Man's in the chat. So we did play the first famous Dad Man quote. Oh, we got Dave. Dave is here. Awesome.
Hello. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Let's play.
Where'd they go?
Right there.
Oh, screw you. Nice.
Yeah. Well, how do you like your new round avatar there?
I don't know if I like it.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's fancy. You can't show off the stuff in the back.
Well, you can change it too. You can do. Yeah. Well, I have my camera off, but let's see if you go to brand here. Let's do geeking out with StreamYard. Let's see. How do I change that? Do I go to brand? Oh, do I do settings? Let's see. Do I do? How do I even do it? How did I even do that? I don't even remember. I guess it was there's some kind of it was in options. Maybe it's options. Audio. Let's see. No, what they actually finally added dark layout, which is
nice. You're gonna have to show me where that is later.
Dark layout. It's hidden at one. It's in one of the options. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be under the brand there, right?
Yeah, so it's under the brand. Yeah, but if I click this, let's see. Edit. Can I edit the layout?
Maybe the 3 button. Oh, that's audio avatar. We're boomerang everybody. Yeah, we don't even know how to do this stuff.
Yeah, how did I do it?
Oh no, I like it. It's cool.
No, it's good. But there's because I was playing with it. When I first went in, I'm like, oh, let's let me.
I think if you got like,
it's probably under the camera. Maybe it's under camera. Let's see, camera. Yeah. Touch of my appearance. Layouts, maybe. No. General, maybe it's general. Portrait. That's where the audio is. So I can't even figure out where I did it now. So, like I said, we can go like this. But so we're rounded at the moment. Some of the chat will look it up. I want to try to finish catching up to the chat. But thank you for being here.
They're making fun of us instead of helping. Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, we're here to be made fun of. Yeah. We're here to make fun of.
Yeah, it's all good. You guys were talking a little bit about 9/11. I was actually on the phone with a former Marine friend, although we didn't serve together. He's delivering an art piece to New York for the 9/11, the big celebration they're doing up there. I guess they're going to have a bunch of people.
Well, commemoration. Yeah. Oh, hail to DJ Play Nice. Great to see you. Yep. So especially around it's in 3 days with this neck of the woods. It's hits a little bit harder. Yep. Oh, and Jeopardy's returning, season 41 premiere with Ken Jennings. Yep. And Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest and returning hostess Vanna White. Yeah, we all do, buddy. Yeah, we all do. Yep. You don't like Ken Jennings? Yeah, he's okay. He's not great. It's just yeah. And thank you so much, Emerald Team. Yep. Dittos, as our buddy Rush would say. Yeah. So much appreciated. Yep. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Yep. Dad made me watch the NFL. And am I the only undefeated person in the college picks on Dad Man's show? I don't know. That was an easy. It was, and to be fair, it was an awfully easy week. The first.
I know one that I didn't get right.
Yeah, Dad Man, what do they call the games in college that are like the easy wins, like the money games, or what was the name for? What was it?
Yeah, like the call them layup games or run up games or any payoff games.
Yeah, the Dabman had a term for it. Yep. Yep. Bobby
Paycheck.
always asks me, why, Dabman, would you let Mark do that? That would be a clip to find. Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of close games this weekend, too. Oregon barely got out of it. Penn State barely got out of it. But, they won. So that's what counts, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we'll definitely do some Christmas stuff, with the ornaments and do another watch party for the Twilight Zone episode with our Carney, the Meek shall inherit. What was that? What's the name of that episode? The Christmas episode with Art Carney. Meek shall inherit the earth. Oh, Art Carney, Twilight Zone. Let me goggle it. Don't tell Raquel that I'm goggling it. Night of the Meek. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, don't doubt yourself sometimes, right? Yeah. So, and Tom is here. Awesome.
Nice. Hey, Tom.
Hey,
Tom.
Oh, I'm a
How's it going?
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know how to change it back.
I know,
like
right,
it.
Tom? I was like, I don't know. It's
I
weird.
don't know. It's weird.
Well, StreamYard did this new update, and they did the dark mode, and then they have something now where you can have the same stream each week, I guess, with the same key. But I was hoping that it would be, something where it would save like the graphic and the chat, and not the chat, but your description, so I could just reuse it. And it doesn't do that. So, but I guess the idea is like if you do your Midnight's Edge, like say you do the same group every Monday night, you could have the link will always work, I guess, for that StreamYard's link. If you
I don't really. That's not something I would hope StreamYards would have got. There's 100 other things that I wish they'd work on first, but yeah.
And it was confusing. Like I set it up, I'm like, oh, this me. I love playing with gadgets and doing different things, and now Tom's around. How did I do it? I don't know. I thought it was under brand or let's see. Doesn't look bad. Actually. It's not bad. The round, right? It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just if I want to show something though. I mean, when you go full screen, does it?
Let's see. Let me make full screen. Does it do? Oh no, you're still rounded.
Still round. Okay. Yeah,
you got it. Your friend brought it to. Oh,
yeah, he finally brought it and dropped it off. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice.
I've got bat envy.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, nice.
That is sweet.
It even throws up a bat signal. So yeah.
Wow, yeah, I'm envious because
do it behind you on the wall. Can you do that up on your DVDs just to get a? Will it shade on there?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if it will or not.
Yeah, you can.
Not really.
See it gleam.
Well, you can kind of see it when I put it on. There you go.
You can put it on top of our domes, man.
Yeah, see.
Well, it does work. If you had the lights out, it would definitely. Yeah, it would definitely show up. Yeah, yeah. Kill the lights. Yep. Now, if you did StreamYard dark mode, then it would kill the monitor too. Yeah, that's pretty good though.
Well, I got my upper light on too. That's not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get up to turn that off. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep. And hail to Mars McMax and Joe Dog.
No, I got this, but I did not get any of the Beetlejuice ones, and so.
I didn't think the Beetlejuice ones were that great.
I kind of wanted the Headstone one, but I was not. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the movie or not, but
was it the
I didn't get a chance.
The Bob one?
Oh, that's cool. I want a little one like that.
That's a little teeny one. Yeah, a little mini guy. Yeah.
Oh man.
But it is cute. Yeah, it works good with that little bat.
They should do one that's like 6 inch or a 6 scale or whatever for like the 6-inch characters is what they should do. So that would be like
work with.
I mean, it wouldn't actually be much different size than this if you think about it.
Right?
Really? I mean, this is pretty close. Like if you had like a Hot Toys, this is probably almost maybe to scale, I would say.
Well, if I had, here's Superman. Here's Clobby's Superman. I mean, I'm big in myself. I gotta figure out
like
around.
I mean, that's a little small there, yeah.
But this would be the right set for 4.5.
You think so? Because like,
yeah.
Usually when Gordon's standing next to it, it's quite a bit bigger. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
it'll be bigger, I think. Yeah,
but it kind of works. I mean, kind of. Or let me get the other one.
This would probably when I got here for the popcorn bucket, would probably work for like 6 to 10 or 8 to 10 inch figures or so. I'd say.
Yeah. Let me get my other bigger one. Hold on. Right back.
Now it'd be way too small for I got that NECA like 14-inch Michael Keaton Batman. It'd be way too small for that. It looked like a dwarf next to him. But it'd almost be like too big for like my old, I got the McFarlane one where he's kind of doing the DC heroes in the old school stylish sort of. Yeah, it'd be way too big for that, but whatever. Yeah.
Here's my bigger one.
That's what
Here's
she said.
Bigger bat signal. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, that's a little closer to like a 3 1/4 inch figure size. Yeah.
So that's the mini guy.
Yeah. Wow.
And this one actually does a nice.
That one looks like it probably throws a pretty good pick.
that looks I like that one there.
I like that you're wearing your Star Trek shirt on Star Trek Day. I figured we'd talk a little Star Trek.
We shall do Star Trek. But here, let me.
Nice.
Well, let's see if I do. Let's see. I'm going to show the ceiling.
Oh, you can move your camera. Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's actually more solid than the popcorn bucket one. Popcorn bucket just got an LED light in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Yep.
Who didn't cut a bat signal out of paper and try to do that with a flashlight as a kid? Seriously, like who didn't?
We all did. Yeah.
And you're also disappointed when you couldn't get it to work because you need something more solid, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so I guess this would work. Well, that's too big, but if I had a 5
actually, that's probably pretty close, actually, I would say. But yeah, depending on how big you want it to appear, I suppose. But like I'm going by in my head the version that's in the movies usually compared to how Gordon looks standing next to it.
Yeah, and they can change the size of it. So
true. Yeah, there you go. Clobby dwarfing it.
Yeah, but that's about. I mean, the bat signal shouldn't be bigger than a person, I think.
Well, as I'm saying, in the movies it looks bigger, but
yeah, it always looks bigger close up.
I mean, like in the movies, my hand probably represents the size of Gordon standing next to it usually.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's huge in the movies.
Yeah, how big is your bat signal? I got a micro bat signal.
Yeah, we're compensating.
Yeah.
How do we call him? He gave us the signal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, how big is the damn bat signal? I guess so. But artists can change.
It's pretty big, right? I mean,
I'm sure there's been variations on it.
Yeah, it's all variations. Yeah.
But it is supposed to be like a spotlight, basically, with a bat signal on, basically. Yeah.
I'm thinking the animated series. It's big, right? And the rooftop there.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
I don't know. Is Dadman younger than me? How? I don't know.
JT says it's huge.
It's huge.
In the movies, anyway.
Ginormous, yeah.
It's huge. It's the biggest light.
Yeah. How big is the bat signal? Let's see here.
It's the greatest light.
Signal that I showed you, the mini one, is $10 on it. Here, let me share my screen here. That one's only $10 on Amazon.
That's not bad.
So that little mini guy there, and it comes with a little book, so $10, and it looks pretty good next to the cars and stuff. Yep, goes great on birthday cakes. So
sound like from experience. Yeah,
birthday toppers. That's how I got my crypto. Where's my little crypto?
And I'm actually an Amazon partner now because I think was it Loki or you?
I could never get that figured out.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to. I signed up and I got approval to be a partner, so I got to put the links in. Oh, 40. It's not $42. It's but see, how big is the bat signal here? Profile. Oh, someone's making it. Let's see here. Well, yeah, sometimes they do have big, huge, massive ones, but I don't think.
Well, yeah, because they're basically spotlights with a signal on.
Yeah. So that makes sense, I guess, too. Yeah, here's the stage prop. Yep, 5 foot diameter, 8 feet tall. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I was compensated, I guess, there. Yep. All right, so someone in the chat's got to tell me how to make the Lisa wants Bat Tom. And Mars just played Arkham City.
I got the biggest signal of all. That's one thing I made sure. I'm like, I want to go all out. Bad signal, big ass disco ball. In fact, I encrusted the moon with little shards of glass so that the world could have a disco whenever they call me. So they shine it at the moon, and we all just get down, get down, get down, get down. Jungle boogie, yeah. You know, just. I thought it was a good idea at the time. It didn't quite work out the way I was hoping. $60 billion down the drain. What am I supposed to think? You know, I mean, it sounded like a good idea. Who doesn't like the Bee Gees?
Oh,
Who likes the Bee Gees, right, Bat Tom?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can hate disco, but have you ever really heard somebody go, well, yeah, no, the Bee Gees can suck my balls? No, exactly. So, everybody.
Staying alive. We're all staying alive.
Oh.
It's a tragedy.
Too much heaven.
How deep is your
Won't be
love?
trying to karaoke that song.
You know the answer
anytime
is,
soon.
it's at least 7 to 8 inches. That's how deep my love is.
Well, look at this,
Nice.
Bat Tom. We've got a 1/6 scale for all your action figures. Hot Toys made this. So
Oh, there you go. I would have
think
figured Hot Toys would have one, of course.
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. 1/6 scale collectible.
And that's
Yeah,
probably
how much?
around the same size as the one I got here sitting next to me, I bet.
Probably
Maybe
right.
a
Yeah,
little
so it's
smaller.
23 centimeters in height. What is 23 centimeters? Give us. Come on, what is that?
This is 30. My Godzilla's 30.
Let's see. So 23 centimeters. I know that's almost.
Oh, yeah. So it'd be about the size of my
what-
popcorn bucket. Yeah.
8, 9?
Yeah.
9?
That's an awesome Godzilla
Yeah.
there, by the way.
Yeah, this is a 30. So,
Yeah.
thank you. That's my 74.
Which movie is it from? I recognize it.
The 74 one.
Okay.
Yeah. I get it right. Son of Godzilla or
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say somewhere in that era. Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's got the softer
that-
features.
Or
yeah.
actually, I think it might be Mecha Godzilla. I have to double check. Yeah.
Well, he does have the softer features. That's why I was figuring it was a little bit later one. Yeah.
I should know. I did a whole video on the movies.
Yeah. We did too back in the day, but it's been like 3 years now. And I watch them all the time, but I watch them just randomly, you know. I guess I'm not as good a fan as I should be.
Brian Hepburn and Phantom, they would know. I think they
Now,
know
you
those.
show me a Jason or a Freddy, I can tell you which movie it's from, or a Batman.
How much is that going for? Because that's the Batman and Batmobile Deluxe. That
I think
showed
this
you
is
guys.
sold out. I think right. Yeah.
Who wants the Batman?
165.
I'm sorry. The Batman was such
I
a
kinda
lame.
Oh
like-
no! Not
I
like
hated the
movie.
movie though. You liked it?
that
I
Batman.
like
liked
it.
it, Mark?
I did like it. There's things that are definitely wrong with it, but there's parts of it that I did like. I
I'm
did like
sorry.
the uplifting ending. I did like the uplifting ending, going into the light. He's not the best Batman, but there was something about it, and I think the soundtrack I thought was so freaking cool and good. And the
How come
the
people keep
Batmobile was
praising the soundtrack? It's half of the Imperial March.
well, the Imperial March is freaking awesome.
Because
Right?
Imperial March is dun 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 dun.
Yeah, you're right.
Dun, 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 and then the Batman theme is dun 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 dun. Dun,
You're right. No, you're right.
Dun, dun. No, the movie lost me when he's like knocking on the door and he's like,
That
I'm here to
was
see
that
Penguin.
was ridiculous.
you know who I
That
am.
was-
It's like Bat Tom would do something like that. Not this.
Yeah,
Not Batman.
that was ridiculous. I know.
Or Adam West is the only Batman I could actually see doing that, but that's just because Robin would be like, "Shouldn't we sneak in the back?" Like, no, we're duly designated deputies of the law.
Use a single rope and climb up the side of the building.
Yeah. Once in a while, that would be the only way. Yeah.
Together.
Otherwise, though, yeah, he would knock on the door and be like, "We have to serve them with a warrant, little chum."
Yeah. No, well, I just want to address this comment by Mars Monkey Max. I mean, he recently been on a few shows, been badgered and targeted about not buying super chats or memberships. Well, that's damn horrible. I mean,
Well, that's too bad.
well, he doesn't have to say, but yeah, I mean, I always appreciate anyone here that it's like I consider like a tip or a thank
Anybody
you.
who does that should, don't. I hope that you
don't
feel that
really
way
pay
around
attention to
here.
that, man.
Yeah.
No, God, I'm so grateful if I ever get any kind. I really appreciate you guys, but it's not necessary. This is just a fun hangout. That said, if anyone would like to donate $290 so I can get Selena Kyle, no, just kidding. I was
Well, scroll down to that
because if there's Selena Kyle showed up in my house, I'd be more.
That is like one of the worst Catwoman. Like what the hell, man? I adore you, Mark, but Jesus.
She's got a great figure though, Bat Tom, right?
Yeah, but she's no Catwoman.
No, she was. She'd
have made it like a better Poison Ivy. Actually,
I hate it. I did not. Oh god, that movie I didn't like, but that was one of the redeeming features. I'm horrible here tonight.
I've grown a bit of an appreciation for Batman and Robin. That was actually one of the latter conversations I happened to have with Clobby, is where I was telling him, I don't know. I just for some reason.
Unwatchable. It's unwatchable.
I watched it again for the first time in probably 10, 15 years, a little while back here, shortly before we lost Clobby, because I remember having this conversation with him, because he reacted the same way you guys did. I'm like, you know what, though? I found myself laughing with the film this time, not being angry at it, not just mad.
Having fun with it.
Yeah, and I'm watching and I'm going, like, this is a love letter to the 60s series, and that's exactly what it was. And I mean, I know so many people gave that movie so much shit for the back credit card, and I think even Clobby has given the movie shit for that. Yeah. And you know what? I wish that boy was still alive. If anything, just so I could show him the frame from the Filmation episode of Batman Adventures of Batman I watched like a week ago, where Batman literally pulls out the back credit card. I was like, are you kidding
me? Yeah.
It's going to be a serious movie. If it had gone with, with George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'd known it was a comedy. I think that would have made a big.
It helps. Yeah, going into it this time, I just kind of let all things go, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. Sure, is it a bad movie? Yes. Is it anything that's like even lives up to the first three? No. But
you had fun with it.
It has a sense of humor going for it. It's so much fun. I could appreciate all the you know how people are like, so many people worked on this movie and blah 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 blah. It's like I can actually look at this movie and go, yeah, look at that set design. Look at all the work that went into those costumes and all that shit. And for all the shit that the costumes get for the nipples, guess what, kids? There was bat nipples in friggin' Batman Forever. We just didn't notice. And they are a bit bigger now, but still.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, Mars, there's no need to super chats or membership. I mean,
don't worry. Don't sweat that stuff, brother.
Just hang out and have fun.
We're just glad you're here watching, man. Just hit that like button. It's free.
Yeah, no, God, hit that like button. Yeah. But that's ridiculous. I mean, it's because this is a free platform, and I always view the super chats. It's like a tip, right? And sometimes you don't feel like tipping, you can't tip. It's like, now you're inundated with the damn tips everywhere you go. Like I always want to tip people, but if I see like, I used to go to the coffee shop every day, and then like on Fridays you give $1 or something. Or I think part of it too is the old days you had loose change, so you just drop your change in the jar, give the people the change or whatever. But if you're really not doing anything extra or special or waiting a table, if you can, it's fine to tip if you want. But I think there's a backlash too. Like my daughter worked in a coffee shop and got pretty decent tips there because they had it on the credit card machine. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. But like in an ice cream place, everyone just paid with credit cards, and they didn't have that extra tip. Add the tip. And some nights you wouldn't get anything, but I guess you don't have to tip. So it's if you want to, if you get good service. But I think there's like everything now. It's like you get gas, like you have to tip the gas station guy. It's like, come on. So and
I tip for good service. Like when I'm watching YouTube myself, I wish I could send super chats all the time. I understand. It is what it is. You support when you can, and if you can't, you can't. And anybody who'd hold that against you, that's like the people that are like some of the worst of the people, I guess, on YouTube, basically. Because that reminds me of like when those simp YouTubers will be out there, the what do you call them, the Twitch streamers, when they're like, if you are sitting here watching me, you should afford to be able to get a job and pay me some money and blah blah blah. Like fuck that. No, that's not.
Yeah, ridiculous. And Clobberin times too, our great buddy we've been talking about a lot tonight too. God, he hated that, and I kind of stirred the pot one of the times, and I'll get to Max's super chat in a second. And he's like, Mark, you really love to stir things up because I'm a quote unquote nice guy, but I always love to create havoc in the background kind of way or get people going. And one of those nights, I think, one time Paulie was doing something. He wanted to give Mike something for his birthday. So I was, enabling that. And then another night, I think I mentioned, you can go watch the shows around his birthday time. And he was so mad, but he was grateful too in the end. Like he hated it, but he didn't want the attention, but he appreciated it. I have to say, he didn't want to have that called out or bring attention upon himself, but he did very much so appreciate everything like that. So, so let me highlight the super chat by Max Redstone. Thank you so much, Max. And let's play, since we're talking clobbering times. Let's play. It's a long clip, but we already played the Enterprise's garbage night, so let's play this one.
And I'll tell you who I want to shout out right now is a guest of mine. First, of course, as you know, our great chief engineers here, Marc D with the sheet, who has made this show. You, dude, but since I moved to YouTube, I made some great friends, and I'm going to shout all of them out. Stephen S., what's up, buddy? But I will tell you what, none have been can I call you a sidekick without embarrassing you? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that would make me lose a few pounds then, right? That could be a skinny sidekick.
I'm your sidekick when I go on your show. Only fair.
That's true too. Yeah, no, I really appreciate being here to celebrate this. So
we're alternate sidekicks. We take turns being the sidekick.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. I appreciate all you do, man. I get more sentimental, but I'm too much of an a-hole, so don't worry.
That's good. I like to hear that.
No, we appreciate you, man.
Not for this emotional garbage, right?
Oh yeah. No, much of that pansy stuff. Don't be a big sissy.
Yeah, I miss
God bless him.
Yeah, that voice, man.
Especially on days like this when it's like Star Trek Day. I don't know what you guys have talked about before I got here, but
a little bit of Trek here. We'll get it. And thank you. I just want to acknowledge Brett Cohen. Thank you. Says pro tip: dust your toys. Raquel would always say, "Why didn't you dust the Enterprise when I had that Enterprise phone?" And she's like,
"Well, yeah, Mark, I'm going to interject here for Enterprise Day. Instead of spending money on that Catwoman, you need to get that Tommy.
I should get that
huge ship. Put it toward that, right?
For sure. Yep. And thank you, the great D. Bud Martin. Also, let's play a Star Trek clip here. Let's do one of Clobbern's Tom's favorite here. Where is no bloody A, B, C, or D? Where is that one hiding? Well, here. Well, I'm finding it here.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
And Callie in your place, would you?
Probably not. Bridge is smashed. The computer's inoperative.
Yeah, all right. I clipped Avon by accident, but yeah, play a few of those. But thank you, everyone. Yeah. Appreciate all those.
Kirk is kicking like a commander. That Klingon commander. Stop.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. RP, our buddy Clever Touch. Yep. Well, please check my X. Yep. I shall check my X. Yep. That sounds. Alex, just check my Twitter. Yep. Let's see here. Yep.
Check your spot.
Check your Twitter. Yeah. Okay, it's Courtney. Yep. Sorry about that, but yep. All the best to you. Yeah, Courtney can't make it back tonight, but all our shout out and love to Courtney, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend. But thank you for being here, and yep, if you can keep listening to the show if you can. But yep, something came up she's got to deal with. So much love and have fun. So thank you. Yep. So yeah, it was it was a good times. Yeah, with Raquel, the dusting, right? Yeah, yep. Making fun of my lack of dusting. Yep. But yeah, so we should talk some Trek, I guess, right? So let me pull up. I've got the Star Trek episode. So let's go.
Well, do you guys
go
have
in
this
order
one,
here?
Mark? I brought this up before. I don't know if anybody's ever the one that has the split screen options. I can't do it. That circle.
Oh
is
yeah,
so
this is around.
weird.
I'm trying. I don't know to get rid of it. Yeah, no, I said
Hold
it.
on. I got to make
What
sure
is
it
that? The best of
fits.
both worlds. Oh, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
what's the cover?
it's
Yeah,
that
oh,
one.
I've got that. Yeah, but you can flip the new effects or the old effects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I haven't opened this one. I don't know if I really want to, but I'm going to. Can you do it screen to screen, or do you have to watch them separately? Do you
No,
guys
it
remember?
flips back and forth like an angle thing, but I think there's a little documentary that talks about it that might show a few side by side. But yeah,
there's some cool documentaries and stuff.
I mean, it's just really basically you can either watch it with the old special effects or the new ones. Basically, gives you the option.
I didn't know if you could actually watch it side by side on there though. So
not that I recall, but like I think they talk about it in a documentary where they do show a few side by side comparisons, but you can basically flip back and forth like an angle. I think, like with your angle button or whatever.
Okay, cool.
I can't
and there's a thing in the menu. Yeah. That was a big deal when it came out. Like, here's some. Well, let me do. I want to play.
Some of them work. Some of them are kind of meh.
The big thing you get here is like you get the. Well, some people don't think they're as good as the original series. I disagree with it.
It's fun to have, but it's also kind of like I'm glad they got both versions there. That's the thing, right? So you can kind of
like not like Star Wars, right? Where you're only stuck with one.
Exactly.
One thing. So, I mean, the original effects were great for its time, and
it's the same thing for the soundtrack too. I believe you can either watch it in the new 7.1 surround sound or the original mono mix, as far as I know too.
Yeah. The rhythm start. Well, this is a person who's very much against the new effects, but as long as they have both, I don't have any problem with it because they're not erasing history. Yeah.
I mean, you can say, hey, you want to be a purist and watch the old original? Of course you do, right?
And D-Bud's old effect only.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have just the new effects and not the old one. I wouldn't reverse it, right? You always.
I usually watch it with the old effects, but with the new soundtrack. I know I'm weird, so there you go.
How about if you do? I'm gonna do my own version. Turn the light on. Let's see. I can do D-Bud. How about if I do my own version of Who Mourns for Adonis? Right. Put the light bulb in there.
Oh.
There's a Hallmark ornament from last year.
Hallmark ornament. I remember you showing that up.
Yeah. Let me turn the light down one notch. It's a little.
Well, I like that Doomsday, the one Doomsday scale you had that came with the little bitty Enterprise, and it fit.
Yeah, well, that's it fit. Yeah, it definitely
fits
fit
perfectly, just like in the show.
Well, actually, Hallmark had a mini Enterprise last year. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so they had mini Enterprises, and I got to go to confession because I bought one of them. And they sent me a package. You know how they do a pack, like a 5-pack for shipping? So there's a little the mini Enterprise. And this is another Hallmark ornament, the D. Of course, the D dwarfs the... I'm bigging myself again. So there's the little mini Enterprise. But this works perfect with the Doomsday Machine that I 3D... Come on, focus. And here's a mini Kirk.
There you go.
They had these last year for sale, so I bought a pack of one of the Enterprises for $10, and they sent me a 4-pack or a 5-pack. So got to go to confession, but for that one, I didn't send them back to Amazon. But D-Bud likes the. Yeah, you like the original effects, but at least
in other words, I should know what I'm getting for Christmas this year.
Right?
That's why you got so many, so you could pay it forward, right?
Pay it forward, right? Yep. Send out that Enterprise. Yep. I should have given those away. Yep. Or actually, what I'll do is I'll probably print Doomsday Machines and then send a Doomsday Machine with it because that would work better. Yeah. At least it's talking Boy in the Plastic Bubble. Was it called Boy in the Plastic Bubble or with John Travolta or Boy in the Bubble? Or what was that called? The kid with the autoimmune.
The Boy in the Plastic Bubble. That was John Travolta, right?
Yeah, it was a made for TV movie, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. It was in the 70s. So D-Bet says, yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah. This is a family show. Yeah. So, yeah, clobber that like button since the stream elements, boss. Yeah. But, yeah, so the effects, I think, one thing you have to say, they didn't add anything new to them in terms of making a story longer. Like the Doomsday Machine, I would have minded, like, of all the episodes if they had you could have added like a 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there, but they kept them the exact size. They kept the length of the show, and yeah.
No, they didn't pull any special edition George Lucas-y kind of stuff at all. No, it's pretty respectful, as you see there. I mean, and again, it just depends on what you think, what you want to watch, really. I mean, that's the beauty of it, is they give you the choice.
Yeah. So yeah, you can choose. You gotta give people choice, right? Yeah. So
it could have been neat had they pulled out like some deleted scenes or extended stuff that just didn't work or something they didn't use and maybe fixed it. That'd have been kind of cool. I get what you're saying though, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other way, fantastic thing to get is the since we're talking Star Trek, the Roddenberry Vault. Let me call this up. I can't spell.
Well, and they actually did do that for Measure of a Man, like Robert. They found all that deleted stuff and they cut it together as the extended cut or whatever of Measure of Man.
Yeah,
for the TNG discs.
Because they have more. Yeah, they have more stuff that they can find. Yeah, there's not as much stuff from TOS blooper wise. But a lot of
there's that. I don't have that yet, but is it worth it?
This is worth it. Yeah, this is really good for the extras that are on here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's and probably can get it. I'll check the Amazon price. But just the extras, and of course you have it on a few episodes on Blu-ray. But what's really nice,
I got all the Blu-rays already for the movie or the shows, but I don't.
Right.
I never did get this. I wasn't sure what it was. So.
Yeah, so they have the original mono soundtrack, newly restored, and DTS 7.1. With the exception of Save Forever, the episodes also include isolated music tracks. Yeah, so you could just have the episode go with just the music. Yep. But what's really special about it, because most of us already have the Blu-ray, or the documentary audio commentaries released. So Roger,
what is it like? Just a special? Is it just a couple episodes, or what is it? I don't understand.
12 episodes total on all the discs. So you've got 12 episodes total. Yeah.
Okay. So all right.
So the first disc is, I think each is four episodes. So you get Corbinite Arena, Space Seed, This Side of Paradise, audio commentary by DC Fontana and Gabriel Stanton, and these are priceless to listen to. DC Fontana's, the godmother of Star Trek, with right up there with Gene Roddenberry and Gene L. Kuhn, and some of the most important people for Star Trek. So, and then they have the making of documentary. Showing behind the scenes of the show, recovered footage, and then look back at the origins, on set footage. So some of the stuff is just so cool to watch. So really well done. Then of course Devil in the Dark, City on the Edge of Forever with commentary. So that's just fantastic to listen to that commentary. And then the part 2 of that, and then the visual effects. So you could see how they, because everyone says, Star Trek was cheap. It wasn't a cheap show. It was a very expensive show to make back then. And then, of course, a commentary with David Gerald and Goodman, Gerald, Trouble Tribbles. And then more special features and footage from the cutting floor.
It's a Mirror
Mirror, yep. Yeah, and they picked some of the best episodes here, too. So outtakes, alternate deleted scenes. So I haven't seen, there's not a lot of it. And Roddenberry would tour college campuses with these deleted scenes, and so yeah, bootleg copies are sold at conventions, and some of the blooper reels and behind the scenes footage from William Blackburn. You have set visits, so it's definitely. For fans, if you're just a casual Star Trek fan, don't buy this.
I see it's like $23 here. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's worth it.
I mean, for commentaries though, if you like commentaries and stuff like that, I'll watch Venture Brothers and then I'll go watch the whole commentaries
just 3 new produced things for this or whatever. So all right, maybe I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
I mean, it's. I think it's worth it if you're a hardcore trekker. But I don't know about iCarly. How with the cat? Our guys here from iCarly, but Donnie loves both versions. Yep. But I think that there are a ton of special features too on the TOS disc as well too. But
that's
this
what I'm
has
saying. There's already a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff on there already, so I didn't know if it was just a double dip kind of best of set or what it was exactly. And I hadn't really talked to anybody to have it who has it and the other to kind of compare. And
yeah, so this
I
definitely
should
has
have
some
asked
new
Robert.
stuff.
This is what I should have asked.
Yeah, oh God, he knows that
He would have
inside
told
and
me. Of course, he would have said, "Yes, you got to get it, no matter what."
yeah, right. And I'd enable you too. Yep. So, first substantial Star Trek title not to have a concurrent DVD format release. Yeah, who would want it on DVD? Yep. So it's let's see, what did they say? Domestic 7 years into release, domestic sales had been realized of a mere 431,000 to translate to roughly 13,030 units sold at an average of $32. In light of production, especially those for special features, marketing, and distribution costs incurred for this release, a commercial failed by any industry standard despite its critical acclaim. So everyone go out there and buy this now, please, because that's why we don't get new special features and new things. So that's the problem. We love these things, but unfortunately, it's a niche audience, right? I mean, but yeah, they made 430,000 on it, and they probably spent, who knows, what it costs to produce. So yeah, so it's 30. You're saying it's $30 on Amazon right now, or here I'm seeing $22. But yeah, if you can get $22, then it's definitely a must buy. Wally Mart 31. So Thomas back. He had to transport out for a second.
I screwed up my audio.
Yeah.
I need a new mic. This is actually like my old mic because there was an update that screwed up my other mic, and actually everybody says this one sounds better anyway. So I just need to get a new Blue Yeti, I guess, or an XLR.
New Yeti, yep. Oh, let's see. Let me turn off. Yeah, I just have on my mic. I just have echo cancellation on right now.
Okay, then I don't know what the deal is. Then it just sounds like it's eating itself sometimes. I don't know.
It could be crisp because I have that background. Turn my air conditioner off.
I have to do that too sometimes.
I bought crisp. Yep. So let's see. Audio. Yeah. Echo cancel. Reduce background noise. That's new. I turned that off.
Turn that off. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have automatically adjust mic volume. Maybe let me turn that one off. Now, tell me, my mic is not loud enough now all of a sudden, or
didn't really change anything.
Didn't change it. All right. Well, leave it like that. If it seems too soft, let me know. I'll turn off that because I think that automatically adjusts the volume. That might play with it too. Yep. So
yeah,
yes,
mine is just. Now go ahead.
So audio is the most important thing too on these. No one cares about our ugly mugs. No offense, guys, but it's
no. I love this Blue Yeti. My only issue is that the headphone jack and the jack for the Ghost of the computer are both just like I barely bump it the wrong way, and they all just both go out all the time. So I just need a new one.
Old. Yeah,
it's just old. I mean, this thing's like 4 years old. Yeah.
The Blue Yeti is a good sounding mic, but I was gonna say that's so important is the audio, right? So it's
with anything like, especially like that's something like fan films and other like things that people do on their own video projects and whatnot. People always take it for granted the sound. The sound is the most important thing. If you got good sound, it can make your movie or video or whatever look like $1 million if the sound is good. So yeah, it makes a big difference.
It's one thing that if the video is kind of wonky, I don't mind as much. But as soon as the audio goes and you can't pay attention or can't listen to something, man, that drives me crazy. I don't know how it is for you guys, but
it's similar to that, yeah. But I mean, I was just listening. Robert Rodriguez said the same thing here in an interview I was watching like a week or so ago about sound.
Yeah, how important it is. Yeah, it's
He's like, and he said basically the same thing. Is like, yeah, it can make your independent feature feel like a bigger deal. So anyway, yeah, I mean, My love for Star Trek kind of started more with the movies. Like I got introduced through that, but I did bring a few things to show off, I guess.
Awesome. Yep. If someone could Google how to get StreamYards to be square again.
Well, we are square at the moment.
Square. You got a square. I thought you fixed it.
I didn't even change anything. Let's see if
you must have hit it with messing with.
What did I hit?
I have no idea.
Over.
How did I go square again? Let's see. Is it this one? Oh, maybe you edit each one. Let's see. So this is.
Oh.
No, wait. No, it went back. It went back to being round. What's going on here? Oh, that one's square. Maybe it's all guess on left. Oh, I guess you can edit each. If you edit, you can edit the. There we go. Oh, you can change it. Yep. Man, this is complicated now. They keep adding all these things to StreamYard. Change the shape of the container. Here we go. Square. And you can do rectangle. I'm wider here. Yep. All right. Discard changes. Sorry about this behind the scene. Hey, TZ Burton. We're hip to be square. Yep. So I guess if I go back to here and then edit, why can't I change that from here? Jag Nabbits, there's got to be a way to. Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, God. But anyway, so.
We're stuck like this forever.
I'll figure it out on streamers. Damn, engineers, they love to change things. So, where is that quote? But I got that on here, right? Let's see here. But yeah, so Tom, you said you got to the movies. Was it Wrath of Khan, I'm guessing?
No, actually, it was Voyage Home that really, because I was pretty young when Wrath of Khan would have come out. But, well, and that's why I always tell people, like, if you want to get a friend into Star Trek, or if you're somebody who's thinking about getting into Star Trek 4 can be one of the best gateways into Star Trek because it works on a level that you don't have to have seen anything Star Trek to get it and enjoy it and follow it, because it is kind of its own self-contained thing. Sure, there's that little bit in the beginning that ties into part 3 and all that kind of stuff, and sure, you get a little bit more out of it if you probably know these characters in and out, but Spock, Kirk, McCoy, Scotty, all these characters are so well known just through the public, pop culture zeitgeist that I say that movie works in a way where you can show it to somebody, because it works on a level of just like, there's these people from the future who need a damn whale. So it's a fish out of water story, basically. And through that, you can kind of, it literally is. So like you kind of get into the characters that way, and it pulls you and sucks you in that way. And then through there, I started watching some of the other films. And then more recently, I think it was like a year or so back when they redid the director's edition of Star Trek, I got the nice 4K package here. But what I love about this is that it has the 3-disc edition where they actually have the TV cut on here as well. Because I'm actually that one.
Let me show that one.
Yeah,
I'm big in here. Yeah.
I'm actually big now. There we go. I'm square. Yay.
Yeah, square again. I don't know how.
So it has a lot of goodies in here. This kind of shows off more. So I think you can still get this.
I've got that. Yep.
You have this too. So yeah, I like it because I like the TV cut better than any of the other versions of it.
TV cut I just watched. That's the extended edition. Yeah,
not the director's edition, but the extended one. Yeah,
and it's extended. Yeah, that was the one that had Kirk with the. I think that's. Did they leave the scene so it wasn't? I think
you can watch it both ways. You can watch it without the finished effects, or you can watch it with the finished effects. Yeah. That's what's cool about it.
So they had it on TV originally, and
without the finished effects.
Yeah, and you could see. Of course, back then we all had TVs the size of iPads.
Right.
So here, let me show you. Yeah, that's.
And these I've been getting lately have been these visual.
Oh, I don't have that
books. So this one I think come out a couple of years back. But yeah, you got all kinds of.
That's nice.
Just all the design stuff.
That's the Ralph McQuarrie. Oh, the Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah, all that stuff in there, and then just like behind the scenes. Just a lot of great photos that you probably have never seen before.
That's that good quality paper too. I can hear.
Really nice big designs. So just to be able to look at it, some great just photo artwork and all that business.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good stuff in these. And then of course when the Wrath of
I gotta get that.
The Wrath of Khan one come out here.
Is that just the motion picture that one time?
That one was just for the motion picture, yeah. So this one's for Wrath of Khan here. They haven't done one for Search of Spock yet.
That's on sale. That's not, I shouldn't say on sale, but that's on Amazon right now, and I haven't bought it yet. And that's on my list of things.
Yeah, so this one just came out not too long ago, but same kind of thing as the other one, basically. Yeah, just all the behind the scenes photos and
Laura Banks, the navigator, has been in this office in the the studios of Sunday Night Geekery. She's been here.
Yeah, I get all this neat stuff. I love this stuff. I just really these are the kind of books lately I've really been getting into. I mean, they're a little pricey, you know. I mean, they're not cheap, but and sometimes you'll get like miniaturized versions of them in like these kind of sets. I mean, I don't know. This might even be because this comes with like a book.
That was the stickers. It has the stickers. Like the one thing I didn't like about it was the stickers were small.
Oh yeah, this is a different thing. Never mind. But yeah, it's got like this stuff in it.
It's really cool stuff.
It's actually kind of similar to the same stuff that's in the book, though. But I've actually had ones where they've had like miniature versions of some of these, but like the Back to the Future one, I got the one set that has like it's small, like very truncated version of the bigger Back to the Future one I got. Stuff like that. So yeah.
No, do you see the bumper stickers in there? If you show the bumper,
yeah, there's. Hang on here, I'll get them out here.
Yeah, but they're cool. But I
haven't opened these yet, but these are like I think just picture cards or whatever.
Yeah, I left those closed too.
These are the stickers you're talking about.
Love those. And Cardinal Senate asked me to scan them.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you got stickers. You got a poster, the director's edition.
Little mini.
Yeah. You got little bumper stickers.
See, that's why I was wishing the bumper stickers weren't mini because I want to put those on my car.
Yeah, they're mini bumper stickers. That's the only thing that sucks.
Yeah, those should have been big, I think. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah,
that's why I was just going to scan them and make my own bumper.
Yeah, that's what you should do. There you go.
And hail to Putin's cat. Hail Putin's cat. Thank you for stopping by Sunday Night Geekery. Yep. So let me find that. Hey, Amelia Clark. Tracked you down, Tom. I hope that's good.
Maybe.
Don't worry about autocorrector fat fingers. Yep.
I also, I'm one of those people that has like a fondness for part 5. I mean, yeah, I understand why some people don't like it, but to me, 1 and 5 are the two of the movies that feel the most like a TV episode, or that could have been TV episodes, if that makes sense.
I agree with that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And
which helps that part 1 is basically a TV episode, a TV pilot.
Yeah. So definitely Star Trek TMP, as the years go on, a lot of us Trekkers just love it even more and more.
Like a fine wine,
yeah, and it's the most Star Trek of all the shows in terms of what it explores, and a lot of people don't like it or call it well,
and I love the first film because it feels like visual effects porn. Right, like it literally, like like you know what I mean. Like it always gets made fun of the money shots of the ship and shit. It's like, no, y'all, you got to understand, this is like VFX porn, right? Like they're letting you just soak this in. They're just like, look at this, and look at this,
awesome,
and look at this, and look at this angle.
Check this out, right?
They're trying to convey the size of V'ger, right? It's awesome.
Check out that natal sales.
Well, what's awesome about and that's it, you got to remember, like, you watch Star Trek TOS on a 13-inch black and white TV, and you're getting the refit Enterprise, which is one of the even better than the original ship. I mean, come on, the original ship is gorgeous, but the refit is just one of the all-time fantastic designs where it honored the original design and took it up a notch and made it for TV. I mean, you only saw one side of the Enterprise back in the day because of the way it, they had to have an arm holding it up, just on one side. But God, that model is so gorgeous. So when you're showing that scene, it's like, hey, we're in a movie theater now. We can just enjoy it, and the scene is fantastic. So anyone who says it's not that Enterprise scene is no good,
bonk on the head, bonk.
Bonk to them on the head. So it's just
that Jerry Goldsmith score.
Jerry Goldsmith, love Jerry Goldsmith.
I mean, how often do you take something that already had a theme, right? That was so iconic, like the Star Trek theme, and then give it a new one,
right?
And it be just as universally accepted, and it becomes the TNG theme, right? Like, I mean, and a lot of the basis for like Trek music for the next 30, 40, 50 years is based on, you know, that famous Jerry Goldsmith theme. And even sneaks in the original theme in there, but it's just a, like, that score is just beautiful. So like, yeah.
And of course it got used for, you know, then TNG, that became the, you know, theme
well, that's
song.
what I was saying. Yeah. Like it kind of,
like you said, so
informed the future of Trek from there on out for the most part until we get to "It's a Long Road."
Getting from there to there. I actually like that song.
I don't dislike it, but I understand the jarringness of like anybody who's like expecting a brand new Star Trek theme, and all of a sudden you get that. You're like,
well,
yeah.
When the fuck did I turn on the pre-CW days? Oh yeah, that's what this is. UPN shit.
Yeah, that made no sense to go that
maybe
route.
For a pilot episode just to kind of set the mood, because like I love that I love the song put to those images. It is uplifting, right? It does give you that chill up your spine that it should. But yeah, to associate that with Star Trek, you're just kind of like, it's weird.
Yeah, what's going on here? Come on. And I mean, it did kind of grow on you, but then the worst thing was when they tried to speed it up later, and then they made the show.
Oh yeah, I hate the redo version.
It was even worse. It's like, just leave it. It's like
they should have just gave it a theme at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, but and Clobberin Times always said he loved. He thought Archer's theme should have been the the theme for the
something like that.
Show. Yeah. So that maybe would have worked, but
like a beefed up orchestral version of it or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just TMP is just so amazing. Just and you know, Wrath of Khan. You guys have all heard me wax poetic about meeting Leonard Nimoy and going to a world premiere. So if you hadn't heard the story, a real quick synopsis: our local Catholic school had Gary Nardino, who was the head of Paramount. His niece went to my school, was in my class, so like she would bring in, I've got to find him pictures of like Mork and Mindy and Happy Days, like I've Fonz's signed like publicity photos, and she would bring them in and give them to the class once in a while, you know, as a gift or just a fun thing to give out. So I've got somewhere some of these photos, I hope, or because I never throw anything out if you've seen my room, so I got to try to find these, but I got a Fonz picture somewhere.
You even keep all the boxes for the ornaments and everything.
Yeah, keep everything. Keep everything. Yeah. So yeah, it was really cool to get that stuff. So so he didn't go. He didn't go visit the school, the Catholic school, but so my classmate Nicole actually just saw a few weeks ago. Ran into her. So shout out to her. But yeah, so I was a Trek fan, but I didn't know that her uncle was that big. You're like a 10-year-old kid. I know Mr. Nardino, worked for Paramount or worked with movies or something. And my parents were, very friendly with her parents way back when. And but you're not like, can I have some Spock's ears, or can I have, of course today I would have been all over that. I would have been, it would have been bad. But yeah, it was. So what they had the choice of Grease 2 or Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan to do a fundraiser for the school, to help raise money for the school.
Oh, screw Grease 2.
Especially with the nuns in Greece too. I mean, the Greece is bad enough. I mean, that was a scandal in our neighborhood. Yeah, when they found out Greece and what that was about. So yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the song about bowling, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but Greece, yeah, the whole subject was, so they picked Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan. So I've shown all the. I've got to do like an epic mega show. That would have been a good day to do it with on Star Trek Day. Just show. I got to get all my Wrath of Khan memorabilia together. I got a shit ton of it, but let me see if I can grab. I think I have my folder here, Wrath of Khan folder. What I want to do is do a shadow box someday. Of course, I've been talking about it for years of all my
Why don't you
Star
do
Trek
a,
stuff.
whip out a stream tomorrow or something?
Yeah, if I have time, I would love, but it's not a bad idea.
I figured Monday's probably your the rest of the week, maybe Monday, Thursday, but Star Trek Days today, right?
Star Trek Days today. Yeah, I'm always last minute mark. But where's my Wrath of Khan with my signed Leonard Nimoy? Where's that hiding? Oh, here it is. Yep. Be very, very careful with this folder. Pull this folder out. Sorry if I'm away from the mic a little bit, but let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, this is Star Trek Day, so why not? I should show this stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so they had the world premiere of Wrath of Khan. And let me pull this out. This has got Nimoy's. Raquel should say I should put the white gloves on here, but let me start the camera. So here we go. So here is Wrath of Khan. There's the back, of course, with the everyone's seen that poster with the crap. I dropped it. Didn't fall on the floor there. So I don't want to break that. So that's signed by Mr. Spock himself, the great Leonard Nimoy. And I went up to him and was like, hello. Like, what do I say? I was so freaking nervous, but wine and cheese. So this was in one of the big old school movie theaters. So June 3rd, 1982. Don't call the number to RSVP. And the funny thing was, back then, with the guy that one of the guy that ended up opening the comic book shop that I shopped at was working a college job, and he was serving the wine and cheese. He was like working for the caterer. So I was telling him like, "Oh, I was there for that world premiere," and then and he's like, "Yeah, I was working that. I was doing the wine and cheese."
Wine and cheese.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's gotta be a bit careful with this stuff. So there's the book.
Ooh.
And of course it was all the advertisers, but yeah, so they were thanking Mr. Gary Nardino there, president of Paramount Television. And so yeah, just talking about the school, and it was a big deal at the time. So of course he got Leonard Nimoy to go there to Stamford, Connecticut. And of course they have like, just the traditional book, with all the ads, local yokel ads on there. Oh, Anderson Electric. Yeah, it's my buddy Tom. That was his dad. That's Anderson Electric. Yep. Don't call that number, please. Yeah. Yeah. So, word processing systems. Oh, Mr. Green was. I don't even know what he did. Yeah, he did word processing back then. Yeah. But yeah, so they have just a few pages about the Wrath of Khan, and here's the memorabilia auction. So this is what I really wish I kept. God bless my dad, but he wouldn't bid on anything. Damn you, Dad. So this is tough to hold up. So I'll just
Spock's ears.
I'll read this. Yeah. So what was on there was Star Trek II memorabilia. They've got the film's finale. The Enterprise engages at Reliant, right? So they've got a picture of that. I think it was artwork. If I remember, I'm closing my eyes. Remember the table. So they've got these are matte paintings. Space Station Regular 1. So they had the Reliant, the space station. So they had 3 big matte paintings there, and then they had one of Eden Cove. Illustrator's pencil study of Space Station Regular 1. Preliminary study of the Starship's Reliant by production designer Joseph R. Jennings. Art director Michael Miner's story continuity boards. I remember seeing these there for the entire special visual effects of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, executed by ILM Magic. Can you imagine having those storyboards? I remember, Dad, we should have bought something. I had no money, of course. Yeah. Eden Cave production painting and matte shot marriage of the live action bubble set and Rocky Pillar, and a guide for the ILM's art and waterfall visual effects. Artist preliminary sketches for Eden's Cave, 2 of those. So They had the I can close my eyes and see the 3 or 4 tables that they had lined up in front of the movie theater, and Spock, Mr. Nimoy was to the left, and they had all this stuff. They had preliminary sketch for Kirk's San Francisco apartment, Star Trek lapel pin Spock, Star Trek belt Spock, belt worn by Captain Kirk. I remember that one there. Lapel pin worn by Kirk, conductor's score for Star Trek, Spock's ears. No, my friend Kim, her dad won that, I think, for $3,000. That was a good.
Wow.
That's gonna go for. I was looking at some people said maybe $50,000 or more.
I was gonna say 20, 25. Yeah,
Yeah, or
easily,
who
right?
knows? Yeah.
For Wrath of Khan though, yeah, maybe 50.
Yeah. Seal for Captain Kirk's jacket. 4 autographed pictures, 8x10 Star Trek crew, and 1 mock-up laser. They said laser gun in here. You can't. And I remember asking my dad, I'm like, Dad, they have a phaser. And you could pick it up and hold this stuff, except for like Spock's ears. I grabbed a lot of this stuff just to pick it up and hold it. And he's like, Mark, this is a piece of crap. It doesn't work. It's crap. And it did look, crappy because it was, a screen use. It wasn't, the hero one. So it was just, the mock-up, and you can kind of see how rough it was in some spots. And he's like, it's crap. And I think it sold for $250 or something. Or, not cheap back then, but any of that stuff. And I apologize as I'm reading that, I'm not paying attention to, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat, but I'm doing both. So if you guys see something in the chat that I should highlight or mention, please let me know. Yep. So now here, of course, this is one of my most prized possessions here. It's autographed by Leonard Nimoy, and this is the Starlog Wrath of Khan movie magazine. And the only bad thing about this had I'd love to meet Shatner someday and have this signed by William Shatner. That would be the shizzle. And Nimoy always signed his image. I should have had him sign. Of course, I was so Star Trek, I couldn't even know what the hell to say, but I should have asked him to sign the cover too. It would have been cool if he had signed the cover. But anyway, not that I'm complaining here. Come on, jeez. But they had the recap of the movie, and spoiler alert, they gave away the whole Kobayashi Maru scene. So as I'm reading this, I'm sat down in the movie theater, and I happen to be sitting next to, my wife's not listening to this, to a really cute redhead at the time that I crushed on. She probably didn't know that, but I was in the front row. So I was like on cloud 9 anyway. Not that anything, she could have cared less about me, but yeah. So, but they're explaining, they give it away, that they give away the whole Kobayashi Maru scenario in this magazine, the Bastages. So as I'm reading it, I'm like, I knew it was, I knew that it was, what was going to happen. But this is a beautiful book, and you can still find this on, or magazine, I should say. You can find that on eBay. And I actually sent Raquel a copy of this, so I hope she's enjoying that. But let me put this back safely away, and I'll show a couple of other things I have. But through the years, Wrath of Khan kind of became my thing to collect, and I try to buy pretty much everything that's on eBay. So if I had lined up my whole Wrath of Khan collection, you'd be like, "Wow, this is insane." Now, what's here? Star Trek Day. These are just some cards. I think this is official fan club welcomes you as a new member. So this was back in the day when you had the Star Trek fan magazine, and then of course I wasn't cutting up my cards there.
Joe Dog had a question for.
Oh yeah, if I missed, yeah.
That's Spider-Man 2 action figures.
And I found another of these invites on eBay, so I bought it. It was on eBay, so I bought the damn thing. There's another, of course, this one's not signed and a little damaged on the middle, but so some of my classmates or whoever was at the school were selling these. A few people have sold them. One other one came up on eBay, so I guess people were smart enough to save it. And then, of course, these I got it. This is awesome too. So we've got 2 tickets, admit 1, and check this out. They're signed by Leonard Nimoy in the back. World premiere of Wrath of Khan, and of course, Spock is central to this. As much as Kirk is, it's a Spock story. So, I mean, these are awesome. So, I'd like to do a shadow box, and you could put 1 ticket, this way, 1 this
Absolutely.
way, showing it. Yep. So, yeah, admit 1. Do they have ticket
You've
numbers?
got like 1,000 or at least a few $100 sitting in your hands right there. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, probably, right? Yeah, someday. But I would like to. Yeah, so tickets 90 and 92. And my mom was smart enough. God bless my mom. I don't even think I would have thought of this, but I guess you had to bring the tickets, obviously, right? So let's see if we can see the numbers there. Does it? Damn camera. Oh, there we go. I blocked the. So it had the. There you go. 92. It looks like it's hand stamped. Back in the day.
There it is.
Yeah, my mom had the idea to bring all this stuff, I think. So, and I think then other people came up, and then my buddy Dave P, shout out to him. He the Starlog magazine, you always have a troublemaker, good guy, and like a fun troublemaker. And I guess the Lions won. Did the Lions win? Here's another copy of the book. This one I don't think is signed inside. No, this one's not signed. But yeah, my mom had the idea to bring this, so that was it was a big shout out to Mom to bring that, because this, other than the tickets, maybe you wouldn't have brought this stuff. So what do we got in here? At the end of the universe lies the beginning of vengeance. And here's the poster. It's not my favorite Wrath of Khan poster. This is kind of an interesting, movie recap poster. Not that it's, I do have this, but I do like it. But I don't know, what do you guys think of this poster? It's kind of.
It's more of a lobby poster.
Lobby poster, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Well, Ricardo's not even on it, right? Is he?
No, this is the crew. Yeah.
There you go.
So, and I do have like the publicity guide for Wrath of Khan, and I think there's like a little magazine that I have. And here's the Star Trek official fan club. Thank you for becoming a member, and it gives you that you got that patch. 91 25th anniversary. Yeah.
The that chat is black in the bottom.
Yep. Oh, let me hide that. Yeah. Oh. And TZ says a great Star Trek movie. So, but I mean, just the fan club stuff. There was no internet back then, so this was the internet for us. These fan clubs. God, they were fun to join. You get the magazine each month, and God, it was good stuff. I mean, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, so that's some of my Wrath. That's just a fraction of my Wrath of Khan, but that's the stuff from that evening. So let me put this stuff in here especially. And sorry, Raquel, I'm not wearing white gloves, although I should be. But
handling
God,
those things, yeah.
And then you were like the shizzle, to quote Snoop Dogg, since he's everywhere now in the Olympics. Because you're like, I saw Wrath of Khan a day before everyone did, and of course the rumors were Spock was going to die, and back then there were rumors he was going to, yeah, and so that's when they had the Kobayashi Maru scenario, and so you're like, oh, it was just a trick. He's not really going to die. And man, everyone was bawling into that movie. But then later on they added that the torpedo scene, because it hadn't tested well. People were just so damn depressed. And I think Nimoy, from what I've read, enjoyed doing the movie so much that he decided he would want to come back. Because he wrote the book I Am Spock and then I Am Not Spock. It's tough being typecast. But on the other hand, you're you're always going to be remembered as, that's a
hell of a typecast role for the rest of your life. I mean, it's like if you work at a company for 30 years, you know what I mean? But you're typecast in one of the most iconic roles ever.
It's tough to deal with, I'm sure, because
I'm sure. Well, he was most of those actors want to do other roles too, right? I mean, that's why they became actors, but I guess if you do get typecast, that's not a bad one to live with. I don't know. I mean, obviously I wouldn't know what he felt like. I didn't read the book. I mean, does he touch on it?
Yeah, because he didn't want to be typecast. So originally he wrote I Am Not Spock, and then he wrote I Am Spock. So he reconciled with later in his career. And of course, you'd love to have a career like like a Harrison Ford, where you can play all these different roles. But of course, if you mention Harrison Ford, Han Solo, Indiana Jones, right? I mean, you're gonna mention maybe some of his other great roles that he's had throughout the years, but those two are going to come first. And you want to have a chance to be remembered like that too, right? So,
well, yeah, I can imagine trying to be an actor and you're just stuck, right? No matter what you do. But
well, yeah, I mean, he was in Mission Impossible and other movies and stuff like that, but the thing he was remembered for all the time was Spock, and that was just annoying to him.
Yeah, I can imagine it. I mean, you're losing your
Dad man.
Oh. Hey.
Oops. Hey, Dad man.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we've got to play this when you're here.
Okay.
Over that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
How's it going, Dad man?
It's going okay. It's been a great football weekend. I see Putin's cat saying it's get ready for football. But yeah, it's the first day to the NFL, Mark. Me, you, and Clive used to talk a lot of NFL as things went on. I heard you earlier, but didn't get to chime in.
Yeah, no, glad to hear it. Yep.
Absolutely. I remember getting an update throughout the game all the time. It was kind of funny, when we were talking. But I gotta say for a day, JT Kirk out there, what is Wrath of Khan? I'm sorry, just
dude.
No, I really? do. Yeah, dude, I do like the movie now. When I went back and watched it again, when I was fully awake and made sure I stayed awake, it was a great movie. I loved it. So there you go, Mark. I could not come on to talk bad about Trek on Star Trek Day.
No,
that'd be a fine
bad form, right?
No, exactly.
Well, here, let me show. Since we're doing Star Trek Day, let me put my camera on. I'm gonna try to do. This is fancy dancy. I'm gonna add my cell phone camera to the stream. Let's see if this works. Try it. Let me put this dongle in so I can kill the audio on it. Let's see if this works. Let me but yeah, so Dad man, what was your Tom said he got into Trek with the movies first. What was your first intro into Star Trek?
Well, I remember seeing it as a kid, at daycare, the original series. So I knew about it, but really, I'll be honest, the first time where I took an interest we saw the movies as they came out just because we always like going to see movies and all. But to really actually start taking interest was Clobbering Times and when specifically he did the animated series. That's when I really first stepped where I was actually looking at Trek seriously and not just using it as a filler time or a date movie. It was actually watching it. I know the missus and I were watching all of those episodes and was really, really, really good. And that dragged me in. Of course, it was followed by Next Generation, which was kind of cool until some of the later episodes. And of course, you got number one libido guy that would wreck the Enterprise over anything. And then of course the Counselor Hamilton. It just, it was, but it still was good. It was still fun. But I will say it was Clobbering Times on the animated series on that Saturday Night Trek show. That's what really got me in. with
That's really got you into it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Absolutely.
I remember him ripping. Was it the one? What episode, Mark, that he said doesn't exist, and he went on he went on. I never seen him.
Exist.
Oh man, did he go on a rant for that one? I don't remember what episode that was, but holy cow, he did not like that one episode. He wouldn't even.
Well,
name
was it? Was it?
I can't remember which one it was, but he's maybe.
Was it Alternative Factor?
Maybe.
I remember.
Maybe
it was Alternative Factor. Yep.
Yeah, I just remember him.
I'm trying to get back into StreamYard. It was working, and now it's not working. There it goes. Hold on. But yeah, no, we had so much fun on that Saturday Night Star Trek show. Yeah, it was. It was great. It was great stuff. Yeah. So here we go. Marc D cam. All right, let's see if this is working. All right, so let's see. This could be. Let's see if we get this to work here. All right, so if I turn the camera on. All right, so let's do a room tour. Let me turn my other headset on.
All right.
What are you running? 2 cameras?
Yeah, running 2 cameras. Yeah, so if I make this full screen here. Oh, it's round. Now it's round.
No.
It's square. Let's see. Now if I do that. Oh, drag tab it.
It should stay square.
Yeah, and let me change my microphone here. All right. Oh, God. Why is it round? Let's see if I do full screen. All right. There's got to be a way to change it so it's not round.
What caused the precipitation to the circle spotlight bubbles tonight?
I was playing around with it, and the damn thing. God, what a pain in the butt. Let me turn the camera off for 1 second here. Turn this camera off. That's super annoying.
Oh, we're all records now. Yay.
Records, yeah.
But you're in here twice, Mark.
Yeah, I'm in here twice, yeah. Well, that's because it's the Marc D cam. Yeah, that's the Marc D cam. Yep. Let me try to figure this out. Hold on. Or someone could check in the chat. How did I keep saying how to change back to the squares? Because I went into it and I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then I can't find the setting now.
Well, it did it automatically. Tom, I don't know if.
I think we could just all start singing Happy Days now. We're like the old record players.
Sunday, Monday.
Happy Days, yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Kind of fun for some things, I have to say.
Yeah.
But let's see if I can. All right, hold on. I'm gonna Google. You talk among yourselves there.
Well, that's cool. I will tell you what was interesting, seeing a lot more action in Wrath-A-Con than I remember the first time. It surprised me in some ways. And actually, I just watched recently Undiscovered Country, the 6th movie, the final one with the original actor, for the original cast. Because we were gonna talk about it last month on my channel, but we had to do it later this month. Really, I think when I was younger, I was too young to appreciate Star Trek for what it was. And, there's also something about being young with the bang, bang, pew, pew, all the explosions, all the loud and the music and all that stuff to pull you in. Well, there's a lot more action in these movies as I got older than what I ever gave it a chance for when I was younger. So, and that's what I'm finding is that going back, watching things now that I blew off many years ago, watching them now. I mean, I like Star Trek 6. It was always one of my favorite of the Star Trek movies. Never had the pleasure of seeing 4 yet. The one, I guess, that was San Francisco and the whales, maybe. But yeah, I'm just, the only thing is I can't watch the motion picture. The first one was that was not for me. That was not my type of movie. But Wrath of Khan was good. I know Dave C was like JT Kirk. So JT was out there threatening to turn his camera on but it was like I think they were going to both come after me that night. But
well, that's like my Italian Irish part of my family and a cousin who's never seen any of the Godfather movies.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I could imagine that. See, what I like with that was the fact of it's got a tailpipe. Doctor, would you care to help me perform surgery on a torpedo? Just some really good lines in there. It was really, really neat. People are talking about, people talking about cheering in the theater. The only time the first time I remember cheering in theater was Independence Day, when Congress blew up.
Yes, I'm Rocky 2. Get up, Rock.
Get up, Rock. Yeah.
Yep, and then Rocky 2.
I tried to get my mom to watch Rocky 4 a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "We're not watching Rocky, are we?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Mom, it's Rocky 4. Living in America." And she's like, "I don't like Rocky." Why? It's like, Mom, come on, this is the fun Rocky movie. But we quickly went back to Hallmark.
You son of a bitch.
We quickly went back to the Hallmark channel for Mom. It was July, so we had Christmas in July. Yeah.
There you go, Mark. You had the square just for a second.
I had the square. Oh wait, now if I change it now here. Here you do. Click here. Oh, here you go, and then change it to rectangle. Okay, but this one's just me then. Let's save that. Update layout. So now if I start the camera, that's me there, but that's not. Let's see, now if I make it big, does it go? It goes back to round.
No, you had square. It was square.
No, but if I try to embiggen it, it goes back to round. So
it did just for a second.
You hear a tale, the tale of a faithful ship.
Welcome to Training with StreamYards on Sunday Night Geekery with Marc D with a C.
Oh, I need to do that.
We will teach you how to use StreamYards.
A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
Like watching
with Marc D with a C.
Fix this, yeah.
That was good.
All right, StreamYards, come on.
Dead Man and Dave C2. The millionaire and his wife.
I forgot about that, D. But
the
you are right.
YouTube star.
Yeah.
And Tom here on Marc D with a C. On Sunday Night Geekery.
Here on Sunday Night Geekery. Yeah.
Here on Boomer's Island.
Mark, this started even before the stream with trying to get the link out.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
D-Bud's a Marianne fan. Not a ginger, huh?
Marianne all the way. The country girl look. The simple country girl look, man.
All right, I'm gonna give up here, but this is ridiculous that I can't figure out how to change this back. This is gonna drive me crazy. The solo goes round.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I don't know.
What's going on here, StreamYard? Why can't I change it?
I messed with StreamYard since this has happened. This is news for me.
Wow.
I can't change it back. Oh, default camera. You bastards! It's on the brand. That's what drives you crazy about this stuff, where they hide it's hidden. It's hidden on the top there.
Rounded
corners.
See, now you got it. Look at that.
For the brand, yeah.
He figured it out, kids.
I didn't jump on my chair. I thought there was gunfire outside the house with that sound effect.
Oh, sorry about that.
Here.
Oh, no problem.
Let's see if I can get the. Oh.
You mean like that New Year's Eve stream where that one person actually had gunfire outside?
The Masters, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Masters, well, no, honestly, there was a New Year's Eve where I had to be at downtown at a hospital because we had to take one of our kids to the emergency room on New Year's Eve. And I was calling somebody from outside. And what they do downtown is they use regular firearms for New Year's Eve fireworks. And so you could hear all the shooting going off. And they were like, get inside, get inside. I'm like right by the building. That's okay. But yeah. Nothing as close as that was, Dave. That was quite unexpected, I will say.
Yeah, definitely an experience.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Ooh, look at that nice.
I gotta fix this. Hold on. I got the camera in the wrong way. Hold on. I have one of my fancy dancy. Oh no.
I'm gonna puke.
Stop camera.
Mark's not wearing pants. Confirmed.
I'm not wearing pants. Yeah,
a little woozy here.
You're gonna lose it here. Yeah.
No, I pulled a Scream from Scream.
Yeah, here I could have put the.
I'm feeling a little woozy here.
Good thing you're not captaining the Enterprise tonight, Mark. Gee.
Yeah. There we go. I put that on.
Oh, you got the Beetlejuice movie. You got the Beetlejuice poster there.
They got rid of that other one. Thank God, right?
The wrong way. Yeah.
So who else saw that besides me?
Not me.
I saw it.
Beetlejuice or the Acolyte?
The Beetlejuice.
Oh, because he had the Acolyte poster on there.
Yeah, my wife and I saw it.
Oh, let's hear about it. Yeah, I want to definitely hear about it because I know Tom can't stay long. So let's tell us what you thought of that one. Yep.
Well, I'll try not to spoil it, but we were both left, I guess, feeling empty. Like we really didn't like it. It was not like the original Beetlejuice or that Spirit. It was much darker. You saw more graphic stuff, and it just there's a lot that just in the end they did a lot of good things. Like they revealed some of the plots very effectively. Like one involving the young guy, but we still just it still had the same problem with not enough Beetlejuice in it, but the original one was the same thing. But it seemed like if you went to go see basically the first movie made again, it's not. It's a completely different movie. And I think that's why we didn't like it, was because it was more graphic, it had a lot more adult edge to it than. And maybe it's a difference in movies in 2024 and 88. But that was it bad? No, but it was a bit disappointing, I would say, at least to us. But I know I've heard people really like it too, though. So.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm with you guys. It just there's something missing. It also felt like too much. My whole thing was it felt like a streaming series crammed into an hour and 45 minutes because there's too many characters, too many storylines, too much going on. The resolutions are all unsatisfactory. Half these new characters you didn't need, or you could have cleaned up some of the storylines by you guys liked the young guy. I didn't. That bit really I kind of seen the twist coming from a mile away, and I'm like, oh, this is just like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, the rest of this movie is just like Ghostbusters Afterlife. You kind of have a young character who wants to connect with a dead relative, right? And there's all these little kind of things that are similar. And I mean, the good parts about it, Michael Keaton and Catherine O'Hara, it's like they just put their suit, their costumes back on, and they slip right back into the roles. The rest of the cast, they're decent, serviceable for the most part. But a lot of the characters are just unnecessary. Like, I hate to say it without giving away any spoilers, but like the Willem Dafoe character, I would have loved like a spin-off series set in that universe with that character. But in this movie, he serves zero purpose.
Right.
He has one thing that he actually does in the movie that's proactive to the plot, and that's something that anybody else could have done too. Right? Like, I'm not trying to get spoiler either, because I know some people are really wanting to see this and stuff, and I hope people enjoy it for what it is, but to me, it was just too much, too late. If anything, it should have just been a sequel streaming series, because that's what it feels like. And it doesn't help that they have the writers from Wednesday working on it as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that sounds a lot like my wife. And like I always said to everybody, go watch everything for yourself. Because, I've seen people that really liked it and spoke highly of it. But we kind of, it's the same thing. My wife had said that there was just too many things going on at one time. And to try to resolve it. And your point was spot on, where it's like all of a sudden it's like they figured out, well, we got 15 minutes. Let's just end everything. Wow. They got rid of the young guy. Then all this stuff just magically wrapped up really quick.
And then they bring the movie to a dead halt for a musical sequence. Oh God, that's the other problem.
Yes. Oh my God. That was horrible. I mean, it went like Deo, where they did it earlier in the movie, or like Deo in the original movie. This was like a 10-minute like Broadway musical to some weird ass song that was like
MacArthur Park. Yeah, sorry.
It's like, what is this crap? I was about ready to leave it that one, because it's like, and it went way too long. They could have.
Yeah, that was my feeling too. Yeah, like if they'd have cut it down to like a minute, two, fine. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it was emulating the whole Deo sequence from the first film, but it comes at the climax instead of in the middle of the movie, like the Deo scene does. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of like, wait a minute here. And then the way that they kind of wrap everything else up, you're like, you could have used this 5 minutes to work on your other stories.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Deo was early and it was fun. This was just like, I don't even know what the purpose of it was, other than I really still don't know what the purpose of that whole musical was. It just, spend it on the movie, and it didn't have that beat. Like Deo's a fun song. It's something, even though it was trying to scare people off in the first movie, this was just like they were dancing around. It was just about him controlling everybody. It was kind of pointless at some point.
I do agree. Also, it had like an edge or a mean spiritness to it too. Yes. I felt like that it had like this mean streak to it.
Yeah, there was more cussing. I think I heard an F-bomb, maybe not, but there was.
Well, they bleeped out the one, but but
there was more cussing in this one than the other one too. They really made it a lot darker,
more actual gore too, not so much cartoony gore, but realistic gore.
The little thing with the blood on the leg and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's the stuff that mattered. Now, a lot of people may have liked the original and may deal with but at least for my wife and I, it lost the spirit of the original, which was kind of cartoony fun. It was still for adults, not kids, but you didn't see everything. The language wasn't in your face. It felt more like a modern Tim Burton film than what he could do in '88. And to me, it didn't work, at least for us.
Yeah. The first movie feels like you discovered this like weird, strange, foreign cartoon you're not supposed to be watching, but you just love the shit out of it because it's just so weird. Yeah. Or strange and unusual, to pull a term from the first movie. The second one feels like something after you're done watching, you're like, yeah, I know I wasn't supposed to watch that, and now I know why. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, when you're like, yeah, this is why my parents didn't want me to see this.
Did they do the Bananas Boat song again?
Well, it's in there, but it's not the same way. Like, I mean, that's another awkward part of the movie.
They couldn't resist, though, right, Tom?
The weird thing is it's...
You see what I'm getting at? They had to do it, though, right?
There's little bits. There's enough of the. I will give this sequel enough that they didn't lean too heavily into the callbacks and the remember the time shit like some of the other movies, and it isn't overly woke, but there's just so much going on. There's some stuff here that just makes you scratch your head going, why? I mean, I guess one thing, if you've seen the trailer, you kind of know what the movie's set up and starts off with. Is basically the death of one of the characters from the first film, right? I'll say that for those who may have.
Is that the principal from Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, and the thing is, that's another awkward part of the film, is because it's like, okay, so you disregard two other characters from the first movie by explaining them away with one line. Why didn't you just have it to where this character had been dead already for a few years? Because there's ways you could have made this movie better by really streamlining some of this stuff. Because that's like the whole impetus for getting all these characters back together at the beginning of the movie that you do have returning from the first film, and for us to meet the new character of Lydia's daughter, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is,
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, and it feels really awkward because it feels like it's some compromise between Tim Burton and the studio. Like Tim Burton wanted him to be in the movie, but the studio said no. And he's like, and they're like, okay, so we're gonna have him in the movie. Well, if you do, then you gotta like really shit on the actor. Is kind of what they're saying in a weird way. It feels like, and then at the same time,
since all that stuff happened,
he has, but I don't think the studio wanted him in this picture because it being more family oriented.
Right.
And the weird thing is he's still there. He's a big presence in the film. His character is treated like a big deal and treated with a lot of respect. But the actor himself, you can tell, was being very disrespected. I don't know if you guys got that too.
I didn't pick up on that, but I was surprised considering everything that they used that character and they used his images. That's
what I mean.
They used the CGI. He was all through there, and then they had him actually talking, and so it was like he was there. You might as well brought the real actor in as much as he.
And that's where I was saying it, and it felt like a
Yeah.
compromise between the studio and Burton. Like Burton being like, "I want him in the movie," and the studio's like, "No."
And
So
then
like
for
he's
me-
like, okay,
for
I'll
me-
still pay him for his likeness and all this other crap. And then the compromise was, you know, not to spoil anything, but they basically take out the character in a way that you can't see who he is throughout the rest of the film. Let's just put it that way.
But they showed enough of his images at times, so you know who. It was weird to us. It just hit us weird. And there was one other thing you said that the way they explained that Maitland's gone was stupid to my wife. She's like, that's stupid, because it's like, oh, they just blah, blah. But yet we see when Lydia goes into somewhere and she sees people and what had happened to them. They're still in the same house. They didn't find a loophole. It's like it was a very cheap, easy way to just excuse them out, and it didn't sit. My wife noticed that actually and didn't like that part either.
Yeah, and I mean, you could have come up, and there is a setup in the movie to kind of justify it if they had set it up better. And that's what I was saying is like, this feels like too many scripts crammed into one, and all 3 or 4 of those scripts were all undercooked, right? Like they weren't really well fleshed out. And so what you get is a very convoluted, stacked on top of itself story to where even the Monica Bellucci character, she comes in early on in the film and then you forget she's there because she's not brought back in till damn near the end again.
Wait, she's in it? Wait, Monica Bellucci's in this?
Yeah, she's.
How could you forget Monica Bellucci?
But
Okay,
Dave,
I have to go see it now.
But Dave, she's in and she's in and then she's gone. Like,
Exactly.
You see her at the beginning, you see her a few seconds here or there, and then at the end with the big dance number, and then boom, gone. It was like I expected more out of that part of the plot line than anything else, and then we got the other ones that came up between. I mean, I thought that was the major plot line. Then they threw 2 or 3 others in there. And
there's ways you could have streamlined this story very easily. Like get rid of the whole idea of it being, you know, built upon the death of Jeffrey Jones's character, because there's another character that's already dead in between here that this should be about, right? Because I don't want to spoil anything, but then that would have been the whole reason for, like, because you have this animosity thing between Winona Ryder's character and Jenna Ortega's character, and that should have been the whole through line for the whole movie, and then why Beetlejuice wants to kind of use her daughter to get to Lydia, and that would have really cleaned up some of these other extra storylines that are going on the side. And if anything, you save Beetlejuice's wife for the 3rd film, or have her be the reason why he wants to get back with Lydia, because he's like, you know, I already had she promised to marry me, so, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, and there's things that they could have called back to the original film that they don't. There's things that I'm like, is that supposed to be a callback to the original film, or is it? Like, I mean, because, like, for those, this is semi-spoilery, so if you don't want to know this, shut it off for, like, a minute or 2. But, like, Monica Bellucci's character, when she's brought back in, like, she comes back together, like, because she's chopped up into several pieces. But one thing I did notice is that her ring finger was chopped off, too. So I'm like, okay, so is that the finger that Beetlejuice pulls out of his pocket and pulls the ring off and says, "She never meant nothing to me, honey," in the first movie? If that's the case, then let us know that, because that's funny.
Yeah, you want to have that tied in together.
Connection, yes. And some of the better bits are, like, you know, getting to find out how Beetlejuice became the way he was and all that kind of stuff. Like, the movie starts off pretty well. Like, the first half hour or so is good, and then it just starts kind of chugging along a little slower and slower and slower, and it comes to, like, this screeching halt with these side stories. And then the climax starts to happen, and like Dad Man said, you know, just all kind of just happens at once, and you just get everything wrapped up into these little climaxes, unsatisfactory. And then there's this big dance number, And it's like, what the hell is going? Like, you feel like, okay, so is this the end of the movie? Is this a Shrek now or what? Because that's what it almost felt like for a minute. And then there's a whole nother little bit after that. And then you got to wrap up all that shit too. So this movie's also like 15 minutes longer than the first film.
Let's put it this way. One of the scenes that I hate the most in any movie, I hate dance numbers and that crap that wastes time.
Wait, you didn't like the Klingons dancing?
No, oh God, I'm not even talking about that. No, the start of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom with that damn Broadway musical thing,
but anything goes.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
That was good though.
It was like a waste of time. I get into Indiana Jones and the dangers and stuff. We don't need to see her.
But that was like an introduction thing, and they didn't do it the rest of the. They didn't.
Yeah, see, that just gave you excuse to be late coming into the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like they did that in the middle of an action scene.
I understand what he's saying, and I do empathize.
But Indiana Jones was always first and third.
No.
What the fuck is this?
Look at us! Come on, and the crowd goes wild.
Sorry.
You're just torturing the track fans out there.
And
wow. Of them, I think your subs just went down like 300.
But the first and third Indiana Jones started with an archaeological related scene. You know, the second was just like, what the heck am I watching? You know, yeah, they kind of said
here. I'm gonna make it up to everyone. I'm gonna make it. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna make it up to everyone.
I can't say that I like this town very much.
Hello. I'll take 2.
On the other hand,
that was really. I put that up as a short. And man, that short did really well. I don't know why.
Like a million views, right?
Yeah, why did that do it so well? Yeah. But
you were saying, Dad, man. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you rudely with those.
No problem. It's just true. But no, it's just I'm one that's never liked musical numbers in a movie. I mean, Deo in the first Beetlejuice worked because it advanced what they were trying to do and added some light humor to it. This thing Tom was talking about is just like pointless. It doesn't advance.
Yeah, because this song isn't even set up really. Like, at least with the first film, you hear them listening to the music in the beginning of the film.
Yeah, and then it's just like he's controlling them around. It made no sense with it had no connection to the movie, had no setup, and then really didn't even. I thought maybe everybody else would be under possession while he got married, but no, he even had Lydia under possession. It just was, and the cops were frozen, and it just didn't work. And of course, they bring out the sandworms just like other ones, and it's like, you know, it's.
Got important safety tip for everyone. This is for TZ.
Total protonic reversal.
All right, that's bad. Okay. All right, important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into any like spoilers or anything like that, because I do know, like I said, people might still want to see it. It's going to do well. It's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I anticipated it was going to do very well. Worldwide, yeah. And I knew it was going to have a pretty big opening. I'm just curious how the general audience is going to react to it after the first week.
So there were those flash in the pan movies.
Yeah. Well, like we always say, watch it for yourself, you know? I mean, everybody's tastes are different with things, but I just know what I went in expecting, and I liked the original, and my wife did too, and we didn't get what we thought we were going in for. And, I mean...
Now, is it... here I finally found...
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
What?
Don't cross the streams. Why? It would be
That's
bad.
my favorite way to pee.
Yeah. But so would you guys say, like, don't, like, say you're the ultimate Beetlejuice fan, don't even bother, or like, yeah, just go see it?
I say go try it. I mean, especially if you like going to the movie theaters, you judge for yourself. Give it a try. You know, don't take anybody's word for it. It may hit you differently, because there are some things that are good, that are effective, that are nice, but some people may not be as much hung up as the things that hung us up. I wouldn't say never give it a try. I'd say, you know, especially if you're an Ultimate fan, give it a try and see if you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to deter anybody from seeing it necessarily. I would say, like, if you're really on the fence, just wait. It's going to probably be on streaming before Halloween, if not too long after, or at least by Thanksgiving at the latest.
Although want to stream it for Halloween, definitely.
Yeah,
right?
I'm thinking that's what they'll want. But if it keeps making money, they might hold it off. But we'll have to see. And I'm a huge fan of the first film. To me, the first film's like a 10 out of 10 movie, right? Like, it's a perfect movie. Like, and if you watch that movie like I did just before the night before I saw this one, maybe that's the thing that really, it pales in such comparison to the first film. It just, because that first film is just miraculous how it came together. Because you watch the climax of that movie, and it's like, how the fuck did they edit this? Because Michael Keaton is insane. Right, like he like, and I know this more now. So after reading some of the scripts, doing our video that nobody's watching, it's like Michael Keaton basically improvised 90% of that movie. He's basically channeling Robin Williams in that movie. Like, if you watch it, especially knowing it, like, because that scene that he does the whole thing in the intro bit, he's like, you know, sandworms, you hate them? I hate them myself, you know, and all that stuff. All that stuff he's doing, he's like, with those two, none of that shit's in the script.
Forget he's a comedian. Michael Keaton was a comedic actor,
he just
right?
comes out and does a comedic bit, basically. You're right, 100%. He's just like coming out and do the whole thing. He's like, look at me, you. Oh, we dress the same splat. Hey, hermano. You know, like that whole thing. It's him.
It's fun. It sounds like a
it's
fun
just him
character for him to
riffing and going
that,
and going and going.
You know?
It's like, how the fuck did they edit this? Like, especially that last bit, because of how much of the stuff that he's doing, and he's just on. Oh my gosh, that's got to be worth a couple bucks. I used to have that myself. I think I bought it for like $5 at Walmart or whatever. But like,
thank you to Mom who.
Or that's off the video thing. That's what I got it off of. Yeah.
So that lives in my room.
I had that exact same thing, motherfucker. Damn it! I want that.
I got to airbrush his ear back.
Yeah, it's a little fix it.
Little fitness. Oh, I just bent that. I was bent.
Oh no,
yeah,
dude,
Mom,
knock it off.
No, I always, you know, when you grab some of these things, like
he's Batman.
I'm Batman. But yeah, Michael Keaton. But we went crazy when Michael Keaton was cast as. Well,
Beetlejuice didn't fucking help, right?
No, yeah. We put him back safely to his back cave here.
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of people said, like, yeah, if he's playing a villain, sure, but Batman.
Yeah, and he was in Mr. Mom, right? And he was known as a comedian, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, he was
Johnny. His real name is Michael Douglas now.
Johnny and
was it Night Shift or what is it called?
Yeah, with Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
who didn't Ron Howard direct that as his first movie? Maybe,
not his first one, but one of his first ones. I think
early one. Yeah. But I just found out we just had an article. His real name is Michael Douglas. Actually.
Yeah, I knew that a while ago. Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah. Gung Ho. Yeah, Gung Ho was good. So he's a great comedic actor. And I always said, you know, one of Mark's rules is if you're a comedic actor, you can do drama because comedy is tougher to pull off than drama. I think, you know, because you got to hit those beats and. Yeah, not the drama's easy, but you know, look at Bill Murray, and you know, when he has a dramatic role like Lost in Translation, how phenomenal he is in that movie. He
almost became Batman, which is weird. He was one of the people up for the role. Yeah,
that's Robin Williams doing a couple the serious one. I can't think of was he like it works in the camera or film processing thing.
Yep.
This is a 1 hour photo is that what one you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's it. Good job. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's
cool.
This is Clobbering Times. So at the funeral, they had all his pens. So I asked someone to take a pen. So of course I grabbed this one. So Bat Kids fan says lives on my desk. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, he was so good as Batman. Too,
I mean, that was such a big deal.
I was gonna say, how good is Beetlejuice in this movie?
He's fine. Like him and Catherine O'Hara are probably the two best bits of the movie. To be honest with you. But I mean, it was such a big deal when they cast him. It broke the internet before the internet even existed.
Yeah,
right. Like everybody freaked out. They were sending in campaign letters and shit. And like here, I got one of the original articles that came out when it first came up here. Fans, Batman Fear the Joke is on them in a Hollywood epic.
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
This one here.
That's why they came out. That's why they came out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, let me make it full. But that's why they came out with that trailer so much earlier. That shot of where does he get those wonderful toys? Nicholson. Everyone was happy that Nicholson was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't believe they're like Michael Keaton. What are you freaking crazy? And of course, he does have the dramatic chops. The only problem is, his shoulders are so freaking narrow. It's like he just has zero physique to be.
Well, he's not a very big guy. Yeah, he's like 5'7" or 8" or something like that. Yeah, I mean, he's about
Nicolas
my
Cage
size
back
and
then was a
smaller.
big guy, right? I mean, remember how buff he was in Raising Arizona? So he was a huge dude.
Well, you know what? Who cares about size? When Tom Cruise can play Jack Reacher and get away with it, then
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing I find out about most actors is they're usually really short with big heads.
Yeah.
That's generally
yeah. Well, I will say that my wife and I both were really, we look forward to the one redeeming thing about The Flash was seeing him back as Batman in it. It was, it just was cool to see a Batman, it
was great
nice
until they like insult you over and over as a fan by watching him have to die.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But like, look at here, like Deadpool and Wolverine has got some. Of course, we know some strong legs, but $7 million
still hanging in there.
Still hanging. So number two movie, Reagan, Ronnie, and I've heard this is everyone that sees it loves it, and the critics, of course, are going to hate Reagan. But $5 million, which is a small movie, and
they're pretty
much
hiding how well Reagan is doing because it's not in as you see, it's in like half the theaters that the two bigger movies are basically. Almost half of Wolverine and Deadpool, and it's still look how it's keeping up. Because I guess actually it overtook number one spot. I think it was Monday or Tuesday? Maybe it was Wednesday. One of the days this week, it took the number one spot from Deadpool and Wolverine. Even on less screens.
I'm gonna go see it.
It's one I'd like to check out. I see it's playing. It was playing. I was pissed because I got a bone to pick with Google because I guess I could have went and seen Beetlejuice on Wednesday night instead of Thursday night, but it didn't come up on my Google even though I checked a dozen times. Yeah. So like I'm gonna have to just go to theater to check things from now on because Reagan didn't even come up, but like in a theater I didn't want to go to that was farther away, and then I went to the theater to see Beetlejuice, and they had it there. So I was like, well, that's
you just look in your newspaper for the time.
I don't have a news.
Just kidding.
I wish. I mean, I guess I could get like the Madison paper, to be honest with you, but I don't even know if they carry that shit anymore, dude. To be honest with you,
that was one of the big things, and I keep mentioning my mom tonight, and she scrapbooked, and she would cut out all the movies. I've got to put that together, but I have.
You should, because I actually share those all the time. I'd love those scans of those, man. You see, I share those.
So
all the time.
my mom would scan all the movies, and the fun thing was one of the things I was looking. You can look in the archives of the old newspapers, and like there was a movie theater that got turned into an Apple store, and one of the guys they were talking about, I saw Star Wars there. When I went to buy my new iPad, I'm like, was this 2 movie theaters? I'm like, it was just one, I think. I'm like, well, why don't we look up in the newspaper? I got to grab an old newspaper. But yeah, those clippings are phenomenal, especially in the 80s when you see how many great movies were up. But
I loved opening up like Friday morning, and because they'd have a full page or two ad of all the big, and they'd have the bigger ones. So yeah, your mom is like spot on. I love to scrapbook that shit. I wish I still had some of that shit, man. But here's a good example of what you're talking about right here. I've been sharing these all the time. So yeah, if you got them, and I love them, I'll take them. I love these. Anytime I see anybody post these.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, that would have been Gremlins on a re-release.
Yeah.
And then you had Teen Wolf and Back to the Future in theaters at the same time.
Yeah, because once Back to the Future hit, Teen Wolf was in the can and what hadn't been released. And then they pulled that out pretty quickly. They're like, oh, Michael J. Fox is a star now. And it was a silly, stupid movie. It was a fun movie.
Close. I actually love Teen Wolf.
It was close. Right? I mean, people still like it. It was well liked, actually. Though.
It was one of those few times where I think a remake TV show, even though I don't care for the TV show, but I think it actually got people to realize that it was a movie before that, and a lot more people have actually checked it out since then than what aside from when we grew up. Because it almost kind of got forgotten about for a while.
Yeah, but it's stuck around. It's one of those you wouldn't think people would have liked after a long time, but it is Teen Wolf.
Well, what's funny is, it's just a send off of the old Universal horror movies. Plus, it's kind of a takeoff on I Was a Teenage Werewolf with Michael Landon. Yep. You had Michael J. Fox, who was this hot TV star, and I mean, what's funny is he was shooting Teen Wolf when they were shooting Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz. Like he was just finishing Teen Wolf when they were starting.
Finish it up, okay.
Because they actually have a shot that is shot on the same street in both films. Like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the same street that George lives on is the street they shoot where what's her name? The chick in the movie. Is it Buffy or no? Not
forgetting
Buffy.
Who it was. Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember her name.
I can't remember that.
She's got a weird name like that though. It's like something like that. Anyway, his love interest in the film are just walking down and talking to each other by the houses there in the suburbs. That is the same exact street. So they were shooting Back to the Future. They were just starting to shoot when he was finishing it up. But yeah, that's an interesting story of how he got Back to the Future. Because what's funny is that the producer on Family Ties wouldn't let him see the script for Back to the Future because he'd already shot Teen Wolf in his break. Yeah, and coming back, he was really the producer in the show was really relying on Michael J. Fox because Meredith Baxter Birney was pregnant in real life, so they knew they needed him to carry the season. And he's like, they kept bugging him. They're like, did you show Michael the script? Did you show Michael the script? And he's like, look, I'll be up front with you guys. I can't show Michael this script. I'm like, what do you mean you can't show him the script? Because he'll want to do the movie. It's like, well, we want him to do the movie. It's like, but I can't let him do the movie because I need him. Okay, so then they're like, all right, fine. So they went with Eric Stoltz. And then a few months in, because the deal was, because the studio wouldn't wait for Michael J. Fox for his next break. And Spielberg got with Ned Tannen, the head of the studio, made him promise that if it didn't work out for whatever reason with Eric Stoltz, that they would bring in Michael J. Fox and wait till his break. Well, about 2-3 weeks into shooting, it was pretty clear that Eric Stoltz was making a different movie than everybody else.
Yep. He took it really serious.
He was trying to make a very serious kind of out there movie. And then, of course, didn't help that you already had Crispin Glover trying to make a different movie than everybody else.
Hey, Brian's here.
Brian's here. Hey. So needless to say, after they talked to the studio and watched some dailies and shit like that, and they agreed that, this just isn't working with Eric. He's not getting the comedy down. He's not getting the concept or whatever. So they moved heaven and earth to get Michael J. Fox in, but they said, here's the deal, Michael. Because, of course, as soon as he read the script, he wanted to do it. He's like, you do realize you're going to have to shoot Family Ties all day long, 6 days a week, and then go at nights and shoot Back to the Future 6 nights a week, and then shoot Back to the Future on Sundays. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. He says he does not remember that time period at all. Because it was literally there is a video of him getting woke up, drug out to the car. He goes in the back of the car and he explains his whole routine, right? He's like sleeping in the back of the car and they drive him to the studio. They throw him out in the studio. He does his job, wrap him back up, throw him in the shower for a bit, give him something to eat, throw him back in the car, get him back to the studio, and he's back to work again. He didn't sleep, but 3 hours a night for 3 months straight. He said it was just such a breakneck thing. He doesn't remember shooting the movie at all. So he's like, when I saw Back to the Future the first time with an audience, it was like I was an audience member because I don't remember shooting any of it.
Guy Max Redstone, thank you. Yeah,
and it does help that 90% of the stuff that obviously that he's not involved in, they pre-shot already before he was there, and a lot of the scenes where he's shooting, it's just his sides. They didn't shoot the other sides when he was there. They just shot because they had already shot that shit.
With
Eric Stoltz, so they just filled in whatever they had to, basically. So it's just weird how that movie came together. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us down memory lane there, but
no, it's a great trip down memory lane. But let's say hi to 70s rock fan, our buddy Brian. How's it going?
All right, how you doing, mate?
Hey, 70s.
Thank you for joining us.
What's going on, man?
Good to see you.
I was at the Barclays Center today, 70s, but it wasn't for a concert. Black Sabbath was not playing like the last time I was there. It was the New York Liberty game.
Sharon, what are they? What did they play?
They played the basketball. This game where you put this round ball through a hoop. Yeah,
I hate basketball.
I hate basketball. Yep,
it's the worst of all the sports balls.
It was fun. Yep. Well, it's awesome because my son works for the team. So.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah.
I thought the worst of all the sports balls was cricket.
Oh, cricket. Well, cricket is a terribly boring game, but it is an excuse for 4 days to get drunk and sit out in the sun.
It's the most popular sport in the world right now. Cricket, numbers wise.
You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
This is a game you can play for 4 days and it ends in a draw.
Yeah, I've heard it goes on forever. It's like a 40-inning baseball game.
It just goes on.
Yeah, trying to follow the score line on it though. 70s, that's the problem.
I thought golf was bad, but geez.
I know they've all these slipping the wickets and all these other weird phrases.
Trying to figure out how they even do anything with the score is crazy.
But yeah, if you just want to sit out in the sun and drink for 4 days in a row, that's great.
Teen Wolf's a good one for like if you're planning like if your kid you got younger kids like in that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old slumber party, Halloween party. This is a great movie for that. Yeah.
But I was gonna say too, my recollection was that Teen Wolf was not. They were maybe not going to release it, or was going to go to VHS, or and then when Back to the Future hit big, that's when they said we got to launch this into theaters.
Yeah, they weren't sure exactly how they were gonna. It was going to be kind of like a limited release kind of thing, maybe if, like you said, straight to VHS. But then as soon as Back to the Future hit big, because at that point,
Fox was not a big star. It means on Family Ties.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it was still in that era where it wasn't a. Not everybody could jump from television to movies.
Yep.
Right. Like there's most of the time television was where, movie stars went to die and actors who weren't good enough or good looking enough to be in movies would wind up. So like Michael, that was a kind of an experiment to see if Michael J. Fox could pull off a starring role. Cause I was trying to think like, even in that era, like what outside of Saturday Night Live, how many other shows really produced movie stars?
Not many, right? So,
not many.
And the other thing too is, if you're too young, you wouldn't know. But Family Ties is streaming a bunch of places, and he wasn't actually supposed to be the star of the show, but he was such a great actor. So the plot line of the show was
basically reverse All in the Family.
Exactly. Yep. And Justine Bateman played his sister on Family Ties.
Yeah.
And Meredith Baxter Birney. And so it was mostly, and David Gross from Tremors, of course, is Family Ties. They do the cast here, and Tina Yothers. Why do I remember these names? I can't remember names.
Because we see them every fucking week, Mark. And then when they went to syndication, we seen them every single day.
Right?
So they're ingrained in our brains. You know the theme song. Watch this. I bet we've been together for 1 million years.
Yep. Oh, I know that now. I shouldn't know all the words.
Now you're finishing it in your head, even if you don't finish it out loud.
Trying to think of TV shows that made movie stars. Could you count Moonlighting?
Yes, that's a good example. That's one of the rare. Like, see, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, you really had to stretch and think. Like, okay, Bruce Willis, and then the next one maybe George Clooney, Will Smith. After that, and then you get into the 90s, but yeah. Johnny Depp took forever.
Well, all I know is
that
Tom just sang a couple measures of something that brought me a flashback to that Beetlejuice musical number.
Oh shit!
That whatever you sang sounded just like that thing about the cake.
Oh, that's MacArthur Park is.
Oh God,
melting in the dark. The icing is melting. Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember. I know Jurassic Park by Weird Al better.
Oh well.
And that was his parody of it.
And now this is the $1,000 question: who in this cast has appeared in Star Trek?
Was it the little kid?
Yeah, Brian Bonsall. Let's see.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah. Worf's son. So, but yeah, this show was the parents were uber liberals, as you said, reverse. Archie
the hippies
Bunker,
with the
hippies with the conservative kid. And one of my favorite scenes in this, one of the best episodes, was actually Michael J. Fox's character, Alex B. Keaton, becomes addicted to speed or to try to get through his tests. He's always an A student. And then he's doing a soliloquy and he's talking to his picture of Richard Nixon that he has on his nightstand. He's like, what would you do if you were confronted with something and had to be honest? And then he just takes a picture of Tricky Dick Nixon and puts it fully. It's like, maybe I shouldn't ask you, and I'm paraphrasing. But he became such a breakout star in that show. And of course, then you had Nick, the dude, that was the sister.
But look at that, though. See, like, that's the thing is you were not supposed to technically, you were right. Like, that's the setup of the show was you were not supposed to technically like Michael J. Fox. He was supposed to be the annoying little shit, right? Like, he's the little Archie Bunker. Yeah. And everybody ended up loving him, and that's what pissed off Michael Gross and Meredith Baxter Birney, because they were supposed to be the focal points of the show.
Are we not the stars?
Yeah, the two hippies turned parents, right? Like, yeah.
And Michael J. Fox met his wife on the cast.
He did.
She was fucking hot. I shouldn't say that, but
yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was. Yep. And of course, here was this was Nick, who was the boyfriend, Scott Valentine. This is what he looked like back then as a teenage heartthrob.
I think he kind of filled in the role they were expecting Michael J. But they just went the opposite direction, just like the biker dude, bro. Yeah, but he's another one that became enduring, right? Like, because their wedding episode was like one of the most watched episodes, I think.
Yeah. So Nick Moore, I
think they got married from memory. At least in my memory, they did. I think they did. Like one of the latter episodes, I want to say they did.
Yeah. But it's a great show to revisit if you haven't watched it. So,
it's classic.
It is classic, and he became, it's like when you take over the show, quote unquote, because the writers could see the glimmers of his acting ability and how great Michael J. Fox was in the show. So he ended up stealing the show. Skippy, where Skippy was up here, he just stole the show. I mean, in a good way. Yeah, there's Skippy. Yeah, Skippy was awesome. Yeah, it was nerd friend. Yeah, so
he's always a little cohort, and he always had a crush on Justine Bateman. Of course, who didn't?
Yeah,
I mean,
right. I mean, she was cute. Yeah. So,
and that's somebody who got out of Hollywood and got her shit. She's just like, yeah, fuck this.
I'm out of here.
I think she produces and stuff now, but I mean, she does all right, but I mean,
yeah, but it's a great show. And of course, Michael Gross is more famous maybe now for Tremors, but just like he wasn't gonna do. Maybe I think he was the last minute he decided to do it. Yeah. But and people love Tremors.
Like, I'm trying to remember who was cast for that before him. I'm trying to remember, but yeah.
And of course, then when Kevin Bacon was in it, he's like, "How low have I fallen, right, to be cast in Tremors?" But it's just such a great movie.
Oh, dude, him and Fred Ward and the gosh, I should know this from Big Trouble. Little China, what's his name?
But all great. It was a Tremors movie. So who was in Tremors?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Bacon. Kevin Bacon and I got lost.
Fred Ward.
Okay.
Big Trouble.
Yeah. Tremors became a big hit, a sleeper hit. Yep.
70s. Didn't you do a feature on Fred?
I may well have done a tribute video to him. I think I probably did because yes, I did.
He actually plays a villain in one of the Crow sequels.
He's just such a great actor. Is it Miami Blues where he's in it with Alec Baldwin, early Alec Baldwin movie? Fred Ward's the cop.
He's one of those actors like John Saxon who has been in everything.
Everything,
and
right?
Worked with everybody.
Yep, he's been around a long time.
Like basically whatever powers he had, he gave to Kevin Bacon. To give him the 6th degree power, he's like, I now bestow it onto you, son.
Yeah.
Like, but you've worked with everybody, Fred. Now you will.
So, Mark, I'm sharing a movie. I just wanted to ask if anybody had ever seen this movie.
Let me put it up. Yep.
Private Resort.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the reason I found this movie is I've never seen it. Is the director of photography is Adam Greenberg.
I got it on Blu-ray, I think.
So Adam Greenberg's the DP. He got an Oscar for Terminator 2.
I was going to say Johnny Depp's in it. That's how come I know.
And he's also the DP on 10 to Midnight, which I'm doing tomorrow on the show. And I went, this guy's the cinematographer on this. I've never seen this. Johnny Depp.
I got it on Blu-ray.
Great angles.
And Rob Morrow.
I discovered that movie on Skinamax.
I'll bet. Is it good? I mean, is it funny? I don't know.
It's kind of like
close.
It's your basic Porky's ripoff in that era. I mean, it was only like the only reason it probably even lived on to this day is probably because Johnny Depp's in it. It's one of his first roles, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the first things he did after Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever.
Yeah, he was. I don't know if he was still on 90210 at that point. Or...
Oh no, this is a couple of years before 21 Jump Street. Like, I mean, that's the thing is he didn't even want to be an actor. Yeah, he didn't want to be an actor. He got cast in Nightmare on Elm Street out of fluke, and so then he did spin it into a little bit of a career, and then he just kind of sputtered until 21 Jump Street. And then even after 21 Jump Street, it's like I try to remind people, it's like Johnny Depp wasn't Johnny Depp until Pirates of the Caribbean. He was there, but he was always that quirky actor that Tim Burton always hired.
I mentioned this before, but they filmed 21 Jump Street at my stepdaughter's school in Vancouver.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Wow,
she's in it. She's in various scenes
that's cool.
in the background. Yeah,
because I actually have two copies of that. Actually,
just in the background, all the kids were in it, just walking around doing school stuff. You know, so they were in it all the time. It's quite funny.
Because I actually have the original release from Anchor Bay, but they changed the music and stuff in that. So I have a German import version, or Australian or German. I can't remember which. I think it's German.
Is it dubbed into Australian?
No. I think it's German. That's why I think it's because it's
it's even worse in German.
Yeah. But that version actually has the original music and stuff on it. So
yeah. It's funny. Yeah, I'd never seen that movie, Private Resort.
That's different. It's your typical Porky's kind of ripoff.
Yeah.
Only it's just a couple of guys going to like a private resort, and their whole thing is they're trying to get laid, basically.
Yeah. Oh, D-Bud, yes, got to be there, man.
Good night, D-Bud. Yep. And we're gonna head on out.
As usual, stay like 15-20 minutes longer than I say I'm going to.
Yeah, because we're having too much damn fun. But
and then Andre wonders why I'm late on Monday mornings.
Yeah, God damn it, Mark. But here's Star Trek Day. I just want to see if did they have any Captain Kirk in this? Let's see. We got Captain Pike.
I doubt it.
Captain Picard. This is Star Trek Day. Well, I'm not playing.
Who? I've never heard of that guy. You just
never heard of that guy. Yeah.
Never see him mentioned anywhere now.
Old Picard.
not on Star Trek these days.
I was just playing I skimmed the trailer. So take the chair, code.org, computer science. That's cool. Yep. So I just was wondering what else they had here. Celebrate Star Trek various pop-up events. Star Trek premiere episodes available to watch for free. Special sampling. Well, these are cool. I like these. Yep. I bet you the original merchandise sells a lot more. Yeah.
You know, a few days ago, I nearly went down to Vulcan, which is the town near here. But they do have Star Trek stuff goes on there, but I've saved it. I'll save it for the fall. It's been a bit hot recently, so. But Vulcan's about an hour and a half from here. That's the one.
Yes, that's the one. Yep.
They've got an Enterprise, but they still have an annual Star Trek thing. They used to have the Star Trek Cetera Museum there, but I went to see it in Drumheller. It closed down, unfortunately, because it was a really good museum. But Vulcan is where it used to be.
I think Raquel has been there and was showing his pictures, and there's a little museum there. It's very cool. Yeah, very cool. Yep. I love that they embraced that.
So I will be going down there, I think, in the next month or so before the weather gets the weather's been too warm. It'll soon be too cold.
It gets cold quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. But I guess, is there anything else going on for Star Trek Day? Yeah, premiere episode. That's what they had the Cage as a premiere episode. Yep. Well, spend $25 on Star Trek products and
Yeah.
get free digital content comics.
They had that as the premiere episode. I saw that. That's
Yeah, which is let's see what watch now. Let's see, what do they take us to YouTube or Strange New Worlds, I guess. And yeah, but they called the pilot of Star Trek they called this episode 1. It's not episode 1, it's
wasn't
episode 0.
1. Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone was taking him a task for them in the comments. There were a lot of comments about that, but yeah, it's like, come on. I guess they wanted to call it something. They just called it the Star Trek pilot is what they should have done, but yeah. So, but no, I think we did have a lot of great fun tonight. But I think we're going to yes, we are having too much fun.
Yeah, I gotta check out.
We better check out. So let's get Tom get out of here first, because then we always hang out for even longer, right? Than we're supposed to.
I always kind of half-ass anticipated, but yeah, no, I got to get rolling here. Got the morning show, of course, in the morning. So
yeah,
hopefully y'all get to check that out. That'd be awesome. See you there. Hopefully.
And Tom, now you know how to change the cameras to rounded to
sort of. I heard your version of it on the other side, but yeah, so I think I know how to do it.
Yeah, just in case, right? Yeah. So I was you weren't here before, Brian, but I had changed this all to circles, and I didn't know how to change this because they added the StreamYard. You use the other streaming service.
I use Talk Studio. Yeah.
Talk Studio. What did that used to be? That was
Streamlabs.
Melon
OBS, Melon
was Melon or something.
Yeah.
Melon heads before, yeah.
Melancholy.
Melancholy, yeah. But everyone's, of course,
at least
I'm sure
it's not.
here.
At least the one that Brian uses doesn't seem to be as bad as EV Sucks.
It's not got all that other shit.
Yeah, EV Sucks is always fucking something up.
It's too complicated. It's far too complicated. It's all
because you were on the show and I was like, "What's going on?" And it was is that the one where your mic volume was totally different than everyone else's?
Yeah, my mic volume on that is always super low.
Yeah, and Andre can never even get into it. Like, he sits in the back room and he'll send me a screenshot of him sitting there and he can see us all in the back room. He can see the show going on and all that stuff, but whoever's running the show can't see him to bring him in. It's really weird. So he has that problem, and it always resets my mic too. Right? It's always something. And then there was the one time I couldn't even get in on the one panel, and I'm just like, fuck this.
It's so complicated. It doesn't. You have to set up all these scenes on it, and then add people in and out of those scenes. And instead of just like what you do with this, someone joins, you stick them on, they come on the screen. You know, that thing is far too complicated.
I mean, if you can afford to pay somebody who knows what they're doing to be a producer, that's one thing.
To do that.
Needs a producer.
Yeah, like that's the problem, is you actually need a producer to run that shit. Yeah.
I can barely do what I'm doing now. Never mind that.
Well, I mean, I produce the morning show, but I also have to, be on the panel. So, like, I have to be able to do both. So,
and you know what it's like? You're looking at the chat, you're looking at private messages, you're sharing
dealing with people coming in and out and all that stuff. Yeah.
But I'm trying to scroll down while you can't see the chat, like Mark and JT to help me out on Wednesday. Can you read the chat for me? Because I can't even see it.
Yeah.
And Andre loves to segue into stuff without giving me much warning. So he's like, and Tom, I sent this to you in the private chat and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I wish it's almost. I mean, he sends it enough in advance, but I don't know what, he just sends it all up in there. And it's like, okay, which one is it? Like,
yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
Like, he just sends all the stories right up front. So it's like, there's just like 5 or 6, links stacked on top of each other. They're going, which one's which now? Unless I read the fine print. Yeah. Anyway.
No, but it's like why bother switching? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like StreamYard, I was thinking some of the other ones have better pricing and a little bit this and that.
I miss just using that Google thing we used to use for free, man. That was fine for me.
Was it Teams or whatever? Google Teams or what was it?
I think that's what they changed the name to it, but I can't remember what it was originally. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Google Voice or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, but one of the Google ones. Yeah, but so now I'll know it's in the brand, and you go all the way to the top, and that's where you can change everyone's picture here. But round is kind of cool with the avatar. Like, if you just have the avatar, you don't have.
I quite like that.
Yeah, that's not
You
bad.
see more of the background if you do that.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
actually
I don't mind it
good.
for like that, but when you're trying to do a full screen, like that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, when you start the camera here and then you're waving high. Yeah, so then you want to be.
We're on
then you can see the cool
Gilligan's
background.
Isle.
All right. Well, before I know Tom was headed out of here, but we got to do 2 seconds of foodery. So here we go.
Ooh,
we're gonna get Tom hungry. So this is the Italian restaurant today.
Nice.
It was
And
a
I gotta
cheese
quit
plate.
eating so late.
Yeah, that's about some burrata with tomatoes. Some grilled octopus. There's the foodery portion.
No, the
And
grilled
we got
octopus. So good.
just some
There it
standard
is.
spaghetti.
I'll take
And
anything
then
but the octopus so far. Yeah.
And here's mine. Not too
Oh,
bad.
Mark,
seafood
no,
wise.
stop.
Not the
God.
clams. Why the clams?
Come on, man.
Clams are slamming.
Oh, that's so good.
That reminds me, I
They
got
were
to do that thing
delicious.
for talks.
God, you're a clam, Mark. Jeez.
Here, I'm gonna clip that. And some risotto. Too healthy. But yeah, the clams here were good. Oh, they were good eats there. They were good eats. Yep. I know I'm killing you guys, but those are
I
good.
love
But-
it.
and of course, thank you to Guagnar. Let's put this up. So thank you, Guagnar, for Mark's Eatery, buddy. If you're out there listening, I don't know if you're here right now, and then also to Clobber Tom's. Always got a kick out of that Sunday Night Eatery. And I'd show them some sea bugs. So thank you, Clobber Tom's. I hope you're watching up there in the great beyond. But, yeah, so thank you, Tom. So get out of here now. Go away now.
All right, take care, guys.
I always appreciate you
buddy.
being here. Yep, thank you, Tom. Yep.
Nice talking to you, Tom.
Yep. And I think we're gonna all rolling out of here because it's a work week. But Dad, man, what you got coming up during the week besides everyone watching your wife's show, which is more important and subbing to your wife. So let me put
Exactly. A lot of what I do is just random. So make sure you follow me on Twitter or get notifications, Twitch, YouTube, Dadman Walking 55. I do some dinner streams in the middle at like 7, 8 o'clock at night, just having dinner and chatting away. And then people come in, we just talk and chat. A lot of what I do is just variety, just kind of, so we do the squirrel streams sometimes late at night. Because of life with my mom still, things like that, it's hard to really go too much scheduled and commit to a lot. But hey, on Wednesday night, college football with the SEC and Michigan with my co-host Bucky's Crafting, it has been a blast. It's been well received, and make sure, even if you don't like sports or football, come by, listen, and I try to deal with questions. If you have questions about the game of football, American football, trying to hit it and stuff, teaching Bucky the game and stuff along the way. So it's a lot of fun, And I've been on Saturday nights also talking around 7 or 8 o'clock with JT Kirk coming on, kind of recapping games that are taking place through the day. He is the he was the happiest guy in America yesterday after both Notre Dame and Michigan losing. So and next week, I'm going to cheer for the SEC with Alabama against Wisconsin, specifically for somebody out in the chat. There you go. But hey,
no, Syracuse is looking pretty good, Dad, man. That quarterback is pretty good for Syracuse.
From Ohio State.
He's the real deal. He's the real deal. And they ranked Syracuse 29th this week, which I think is a little high, but or low.
He looks like he's playing much better at Syracuse than he ever did at Ohio State.
He looked good. Yeah.
He really is, yes. But hey, so tune in. Let's have some fun. Last week I ranted. The week before I had a rant about the piss-poor Florida Gators. So you never know when I go around on college football. It's kind of fun. As Larry mentioned, the old Georgia Bulldog announcer would say at the Florida-Georgia call in 1981, runs in Lindsey Scott run, he said, boy, there's going to be some property destruction tonight. And, well, it was last week. But hey, thanks, Mark.
No, great to have you here, Dad, man, and thank you for covering Beetlejuice. So great to have you and say hi to the missus. And a lot of times I'm lurking out there when I can't join in the chat, which is always good. So everyone catch up the missus and Dad, man.
Help me get to 700. We're 31 away after tonight, and the missus trying to get her monetized. She's still at 255, but swing by, get your daily dose of positivity, or at 10 a.m. Monday to Friday, and sometimes periodic block builds. And thank you for your support, Mark.
I'm always glad to support you, buddy. And hopefully you'll be a member of the 700 Club soon.
Yay!
Yes.
Have to do another 24-hour celebration to make Lisa play Fortnite for 24 hours again. That'll be fun.
As Pooh's cat said, you'll be on Fortnite in an hour anyway.
Well, you can't make her play Concord for 24 hours.
Only got a few hours left to play that, probably, right? Yep.
It's done.
Good night,
No,
Tina.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's already canceled off completely.
It's
gone.
It's all gone now. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Wow.
crazy.
And Mr. Dave C has got a new channel. So, you got anything coming up this week, Dave? Or
yes, we've got the Battlestar Galactica comics review continuation, numbers 3 and 4 on Wednesday night at 9. Hope you can make it, Mark.
I shall try to be there. Yeah.
Anybody else? You and JT can come on, or whoever. Ironcaster. We had a good time last week going over episodes 1 and 2. Yeah, talking about Battlestar Galactica in general as well, because you can't avoid it. When you're talking about those comics. Other than that, I'm just chilling, having fun. Oh, nice.
Somebody said Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, 70s.
Great theme. Yeah, great theme. Because I rewatched the pilot episode, or the first 3 episodes, because I knew I was doing the show with the comics, and the comics really followed that. And God, what a good show that is! It's so good.
I might do a watch party around 7, because that initial show you're talking about, Mark. It's 2 hours. It's a 3-parter, all jammed into one thing. But I might throw it on there and do a watch party.
Those are fun, yeah.
But the comics we'll do that at 9.
Did I ever tell you I've seen Gaius Baltar's house from the BS?
Gaius Baltar's house, yeah.
Yeah, because I went for a drive specifically to look for it. It's on the road, North Vancouver. It's on the you can see it from the highway. Obviously, it's private residence. You can't go in, but if you park, you can look down over it. The one from the new, obviously the reboot series.
Oh, the reboot, Gaius Baltar,
yeah. When he's in
there, sticks around,
When he's at the beginning, the house he lives in, that's you can see that house in Vancouver.
It's a very cool house, and that's when they have the atomic bombs go off, or the whatever goes off, and the flash. Yeah. That was so. I think as much as I did like the reboot or reimagining, not really a reboot, I guess reimagining. I think that it really started off phenomenally. I think that pilot and that first episode 33, phenomenal. Yeah. Just great TV. And then I didn't think it kept that candle that high. I think they should have. I think it went on for too long, if that makes sense.
It did.
And they could have condensed the storytelling. And I did love the ending. Yeah, we could.
See, I didn't like the ending. I thought it went downhill from the moment Katie Sackhoff returned. That's when it went downhill. When she came back, for me, that just went totally downhill. Then it just didn't make any sense. So
that was the concept. As Lisa was saying, the concept was great, but just too drawn out, and it was too obvious. But I did like the twist. Spoiler alert of how the Cylons, seed the Earth, kind of like Prometheus. In a way, that I did think that was an interesting take, but the execution maybe wasn't the best. but
anyway, there were still lots of good memories watching it. Yeah.
And Pooh's got sometimes just YouTube just puts contents into the ether.
That's odd.
I knew it was joking when I put that up. Yeah.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the Battlestar Galactica Stu Phillips composer. Little couple 5-minute video that I've got up. I didn't delete it. I can tell you that.
Bear McCready.
Yeah, I didn't do it. So if it got deleted, it wasn't. YouTube's doing some weird stuff, man.
No, you never know that. The bots are crazy. Yep.
Well, they did I have a cartoon on one. I did a cartoon, an old school cartoon, because it's in public domain. So I was allowed to put it up. They still copyrighted some of it. I clipped some of it. They said, "Oh, okay, it's fine. It won't affect your channel at all, ever, even if I do get monetized 20 years from now." But they came back and said, "Oh, we're gonna make it okay for kids." And I said, "I didn't do that. I clicked didn't know kids, because there's actually
matter. That's what nuked my channel the first time around. So
yeah, there's
and you know what you got to, and you're not. It's not people are doing it; just the algorithm that's screwing it up.
I appealed it and said no, because you can't make comments on my video now, even if you wanted to. Right? Comments are disabled. And I said, no, I don't want that. I want to be able to make comments on the video, whether they like it or not, or whatever they want to say. And they came back pretty fast. I know YouTube's notorious for taking a long time. They came back within like an hour and said, no, we're gonna leave your video up for kids. I'm like, what? Okay, I can't do anything about it. It's my number one video. So what am I gonna do? Delete it? No.
My number one video got turned into being for kids too, as a Spider-Man toy. That's what nuked my channel for the first time, because it's anything that's it's a COPA. It's basically a COPA. They're trying to adhere to COPA. So anything that could be, geared towards kids technically should be labeled as for kids. So it's just that stupid COPA law that goes over. Well, yeah, you should protect kids on the interwebs, but
sure.
It goes overboard in some ways, or it's just, there's always the unintended consequences of laws, and it's especially small channels, they're not going to pay attention to. So I lost my monetization because I had all like 300 shorts of all my toys, and they said they were all made for kids. I'm like, well, some of them are 30 years old, they're collector's items, but it didn't matter. So now if I do reviews or say not for kids, or the algorithm is a fickle beast to deal with. And then if someone watches, they don't really care, I guess, too. So they're watching it, and
they don't care because they're forcing me to leave it. Yeah, they're forcing me to leave it, Mark. Like it's the opposite, where they told they made you do it, right?
Yeah, because it's they can run afoul of COPA, so it's big problems for them if that happens. So
yeah, but it's odd because
that man's stapling something. Sounds like.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Well, let me get to. It's a keyboard. Yep.
Yep. I'm multitasking in the background.
I thought you were stapling something.
To multitask. Yeah.
No.
Well, let's ask. I know 70s. You've got your Monday show. It already is Monday.
We're doing an episode of our very popular Canon Film Club tomorrow, and it is quite popular actually. A good series. Tomorrow we're doing 10 to Midnight, the Charles Bronson. We could call it a cop thriller It's kind of a half slasher, half cop movie, really. So
you do that on Toxic Tuesday? I don't think we have.
No.
So
10 to Midnight.
Awesome. And your channel's been on the move, over 1,700 subs, right?
Nearly 1,780 and over 250 on Rumble. Did I say Rumble on YouTube? I did. Didn't
I? Let's go Rumble away.
Just ruined your channel by saying that on YouTube.
That's okay. Yeah.
So do pretty well. Yeah. I mean,
awesome.
I guess I would do better if I just didn't keep putting out videos about obscure Korean and Japanese shows that nobody's interested in. But there you go.
And you can plug in your channel. You can become a member of that 70s Rock Fan channel now for 2 weeks, which I didn't realize. I apologize for waiting 2 whole weeks to become a member, but I didn't see that. I didn't catch that right away. So as soon as I saw that, I became a member.
D-Bud Martin had to drag me kicking and screaming to do it.
Yeah, well, he gets the residuals now. No, but we appreciate being able to, when we have these memberships, and helps keep the lights on a little bit, pay for StreamYards and that kind of stuff. So, it's super fun doing these shows, but it's nice to get a little bit out of it. We don't have delusions of grandeur that we're going to be like Quadratic.
I've got delusions of inadequacy. What's the opposite of delusions of grandeur? Yeah.
Well, you need to whip the jock out a little bit more. If you know what I mean.
Hey, maybe I'll have to do a solo Jock McHugh stream, but if that's what we're talking about.
Brian, just you upgraded your membership to Silver Surfers. Thank you.
Thought it was about time I did that. Yes.
Thank you. Do I have a Silver Surfers clip to play?
I don't know.
But
anyway, the channel's doing all right, and I just wish I had more time to make videos.
Yeah,
it's hard to do. I've got all these videos that kind of half produced, and I need to start finishing them. It takes me so long.
It does, and you want to do a good job, so it does take a long time. And I'm gonna
people that just switch the mic on and do it. I've got to have it all scripted and images and clips and it's just the way. Yeah, I don't feel. Yeah, I feel like I do a better job that way. So if it's a video of about like a review of a movie, if it's a live show, well, I still prepare hard for those. But anything can happen. It takes me about 8 to 10 hours actual work to prepare for my Monday show, I would say.
And it shows too because you've got the prep work done, so you can tell too when you've got all the assets and I'm not talking about your assets and your all the clips and the information,
clips, scripted stuff.
You don't want to do it half-assed. You want to have all the assets prepared.
That's right.
So I mean, and I kind of am a victim of that too, and I'm kicking myself because some of the stuff that I was supposed to do with Clobbering Times, I should have done, just I want to do it, over the top, like the Fantastic Four figures I got. We did show them and talk about on the TV, but I never took them out of the box and reviewed them with them. In life you always have regrets, but certain things you're like, oh, I should just go do it, right? But sometimes you want to do a good job and make a good presentation when you do these shows.
Unfortunately, a lot of my history is as a project manager and business analyst, so I can't half-ass things.
Right?
I have to do it properly.
You have to do it right.
In the correct way.
Unfortunately.
And here I'm going to do this tomorrow. I got this in the mail today, or about a few days earlier. So this is the new Pixel watch because I'm a Google person and I'm not paid by Google. I'm not in that partner program. I bought this with my hard-earned money,
They need your money
could have spent on
days.
Yeah. So here's I'll do an unboxing, and I'm waiting to I want to use this new watch. I've got the old Pixel watch here. This is supposed to be even bigger and greater.
You can wear one on each wrist now.
I can have one on each wrist. So waiting to do that. I'll do that unboxing tomorrow. Although I'm not, not so much a tech channel, but I do love me some tech. So I will be doing that tomorrow. So and Toxic Tuesday won't be here because I guess, can you do the slideshow, Brian?
Well, Nick has asked me to do it for the next 2 weeks, which is I'm sure I'll do it.
Oh, sorry
I don't do it as well as you because you use another way of doing it and it's more flexible than the way I do it. So
you got to have those mad shots on the important bitty parts.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as good at it as Mark is, but.
Well, thank you for that. I don't know about that, but
we'll have to teach Nick how to do it.
Yeah. Nick is not so technically adept. You'd think the youngin would be more, not picking on my buddy.
I'm the old
Nick,
guy here.
Yeah, we're the old guys and we're better at the tech. But
you use Photoshop.
If I have time, I'm going to do it's Fast Times at Ridgemont High tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, I've already got the movie ready to just do the images for. Then I put those together in a movie. Then, if you know what I mean.
But
I know you use something else to display them. But
if I have time, I'm going to do. I'll make a Mad Mardigan appearance. If I just do that one scene,
yeah,
I might,
you can do that.
You know what scene I'm talking about?
Yes.
But
I'll do the actual.
One of the best scenes in there.
I'll do the actual images.
Listen, anyone lock a door, and I do have a couple of scenes because it doesn't even know how to knock it. It doesn't even knock anymore. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, that movie's Now I'm getting awfully distracted. Yeah. Tomorrow night, so there's the debate tomorrow night, so I'm helping to run a debate party. So I'm running the AV for a debate party, and I've got to get the TV working without internet, which is funny. So what? I can stream, I guess, from my hotspot, but I also bought a digital antenna because we got that huge debate tomorrow night. So that's why I'm not at Toxic Tuesday, because I got to help run the AV.
Tuesday though, right? You're busy Tuesday, Mark. That's not tomorrow.
I can barely contain.
Well, it is Monday here.
I can barely contain.
Well, Monday now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be there on Tuesday for Nick's
I will
show.
not be on there for Nick's show. Yeah, which is
Okay. Gotcha.
You Americans and your quaint ideas of a debate. In Canada, they don't have any debates. It's just
no debates. No
one party government. No,
yeah.
Well, they have a debate. They just mute the guy that's against Justin. He's muted the whole show.
Yeah.
Misinformation, hate. This is Canada. We don't allow free speech. So
yeah, forget that. So
quaint
so
ideas of a debate.
So I'll be doing this review tomorrow because I got to get this going, and then as I always say, I've always got toys and stuff to show. So hopefully I'll get some of that, and I keep reviewed, and because I got to organize stuff and put it away. So I save all the boxes in the dining room. It's like, are you going to put this stuff away? I'm like, no, I got to review this, so I got to leave this out. So. And hopefully getting back to doing some watch parties now too. So, but want to thank Courtney for being here. Thank you, Courtney. She had to pop out, but always delightful to have Courtney on the show. Thank you to
especially when she pops out.
Yeah, thank you to Dave C. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Always. Thanks for having me.
Thank you to the great Dadman Walking, and we got to put Dadman's here, so we've got the Dadman avatar we can put in the chat for all you channel members. And thank you, Brian, that 70s rock fan, for hanging with us for a little bit.
The pleasure's been all yours, I can assure you.
It has been, yep. And of course, thank you to Tom from Midnight's Edge, and of course, Bat Tom. We don't want to forget Bat Tom was here as well. So thank you, Bat Tom, for being here.
I like you a lot.
Like you a lot. Like you a lot.
Just much appreciated. Thank you for the super chats tonight. So we had let's see, Mars Mucky Max. So these are members chat too. Max Redstone, Brett Cohn, and D Bud. And thank you 70s for upgrading your membership. And it's been a fun show. And let me thank everyone in the let's see who's in the chat tonight. Yep. Let's see. And I actually had made a scrolling song. Let's see if this is still in here. Let's see. Was this?
I gotta do a scroll.
Thank you. I had like
hear the music.
So I didn't upload it, but I think it's in the back. Oh, it's in my other. It's one of the other brands there. But thank you to Lisa, and of course Lisa's got her own avatar here as well. Yep, and hopefully she'll be back playing Fortnite with us soon. Mars Monkey Max, Donnie, Tina, Putin's cat. Let's see. We've got JT Kirk. Brian Hepburn was here. Let's see. We got a whole crowd. Stephen Mack was here. Thank you for hanging out on Sunday night. Putin's cat. RobAltis was here. Amelia Clark. Phantom Outsider. Oliver Belamonte. RobAltis, I think I said. And this is the game we'd play with Clobber Times. That we get them all, right?
He would.
He would. And Tim was here, of course. Thank you, Tim. TZ Burton. I think I said Tina. Let's see. Claude Salian was here. Let's see. The Stream Element Spot. Brett Cohen was here. And Joe Dog's popped in. Hail to Joe Dog. Let's see. We got a lot of people hanging out here tonight, which is much appreciated. Good turnout tonight, which is great, despite me showing all those pictures of clams. So, Mars Monkey and Max, I think I got. And of course, the great D Bud Martin was here. I think I got everyone. I know I'm missing people, but if I'm missing anyone, I apologize. That's because I have a bare of a little brain these days. So, but we'll catch you all during the week, and hopefully another. A few more reviews and toys, and you'll catch me on other shows during the week. But yeah, everyone have fun at that huge debate. But watch the debate after Toxic Tuesday. Watch Toxic Tuesday, and then go watch the debate. Unrada Max Amanda Bear is here. Yep. Oh, and I always got to remember too, lurkers. Anyone who watches this after, always forget to say that. But much appreciated. So everyone have a great rest of the week, and have fun storming the castle. We'll see you on the next Sunday Night Geekery.
Cheers, everyone.
See ya.
Happy Star Trek Day. Live long and prosper.
Fun storming the castle.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We
got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.